Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 1. It's me, your host, Logic Blade, and hopefully it's working this time. This is about my third or fourth try getting this to work, so that's why I didn't bother making like an announcement post or anything. Just gonna let people kind of file in. The looks of it seems to be working, so I can't complain. Hopefully. Yeah. Anyway, last time around, we finished up Chapter 4. And, discovered that, well, there's a terrorist plot about, and, their target is Chancellor Osborne's head. So, that's, all well and good for a bunch of school kids to get wrapped up in. Yeah. That's great. Anyway, let's start Chapter 5. Surely, there's nothing terrible. Nothing worse could happen than, our sister and the princess being kidnapped by a bunch of no-good, rotten terrorists at the end of the chapter there. No, surely nothing at all. So, everyone, sit back and relax as we, get started in the middle of August here. Time sure flies, doesn't it?
Mid-August. It was the peak of summer, and the sweltering sun was beating down on the residents of Trista. After returning from Heimdall, we were given a whopping 5-day summer vacation before the school year resumed. Turns out, Thor sticks to its military roots, only granting extended vacations to students over the New Year's holiday. However, nobles are allowed to visit home, ostensibly to give them time to become familiar with their family's holdings. And, as you might expect, that meant most students from classes 1 and 2 spent summer away from Trista.
I see you, Celine. Sneaky kid.
Meanwhile, classes 3 through 5 were stuck on campus, envying the nobility as they studied and trained as usual. The other members of Class 7 and I chose to stay in Trista as well, facing the heat with our fellow students.
Except for Eustace and Machias, who apparently aren't going to school today. It's so hot. I'm dying in here. I'm sick of this heat already. Talking about it is just making me feel even hotter. The Academy should install an orbal air conditioner. At least then it'd be a little easier to cope. An orbal air conditioner? What is that? Well, it's this device that blows out cool air to help regulate a room's temperature. Maybe it'd help if you think of it as the opposite of a stove? Wow, that's some kind of wizardry. I've heard of them, but aren't they supposed to be prohibitively expensive? Only the most modern buildings seem able to afford them. Do you have one in your house? Well, there's one in the Rhineford Company's corporate headquarters, yeah. It'd be nice if my mother could spare one. For the academy she sits on the board of directors for. Seems a bit much to hope for. This is a military academy, so I doubt we can expect to be indulged quite that much. Still, a machine to help us cool and... I can't talk today. Yay, this is gonna be fun. Still, a machine to help us keep cool in the summer? Whoever first invented that should get a medal. I'll admit, the summer heat here is more difficult to cope with than in Legram. But as long as I think of it as another part of my training, it doesn't bother me all that much. Bereahard gets similar summer heat waves, but there's usually a breeze blowing in from the canyon at this time of year. It does make summers a bit easier to manage. My hometown's up in the mountains, so it's pretty cool even around this time of year. Actually, now that you mention it, I would have thought you three would go back home for the summer, being nobles and all. You were given permission, weren't you? If everyone else was going home, I would have considered it. But in the end, I decided against it. I mean, it wasn't all that long ago I got to see Elise. Maybe next year. I came here to train. Until I feel like I've made significant progress, I have no intention of returning home. Huh. Some of you saw my father's mansion. Do you think I'd go back to a place like that willingly? I'd much rather stay here and take my chances with heat stroke. You're really that uncomfortable at home, huh? Still, hot as it is, there's a lot going on right now. I doubt all the people headed to that conference at the end of the month have much time to be worrying about the heat. You make a good point. You're talking about the West Lemuria Trade Conference, right? That's the one. There's never been an international conference on that scale before, at least not in modern times. Mayor Dieter Croy, who also happens to be the IBC's CEO, was the one who first proposed it. I've heard that Prince Olivert will be attending on behalf of His Majesty the Emperor, and Chancellor Osborne is supposed to be attending too. Seems crazy to think we met them both just a few weeks ago. Chancellor in particular was a pretty intimidating figure. Seemed like a big scary monster. I've heard he served in the Imperial Army before becoming a politician. Then 11 years ago, His Majesty entrusted him with the position of Chancellor. Supposedly a full 70% of the Imperial Army is under his jurisdiction. His real fame comes from establishing most of the nation's railway network, centered on the capital, though he's also been responsible for annexing several smaller countries and independent states around Erebonia. I believe those all took place without any bloodshed, though, at least as far as I'm aware. I wouldn't put too much stock into what he's selling. Military spending in this country has increased exponentially since he took up his position of Chancellor, and that's only possible thanks to the tax revenue he gleans from the people of Heimdall and those annexed nations. Well, he was the one who ordered the construction of those 2 railway guns they got pointed at Crossbell, too. At one point, Erebonia was on the verge of a full-scale war with Calvard because of those things. Oh yeah, I heard that it was actually Liberl that proposed a way to avoid armed conflict. They ended up signing the Non-Aggression Pact, right? Yeah, though as I'm sure you've noticed, there's still quite a bit of tension between the 2 countries. I wouldn't be surprised if the issue reared its head again during the trade conference. Chancellor Osborne's been a really popular figure in the capital, though. Popular enough that he seems to have a group of terrorists after him. He does seem to be the Imperial Liberation Front's main target, doesn't he? You know, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator, and all that. Indeed, they seem to harbor a deep-seated grudge against him. Their anger seemed a bit unusual in its intensity, didn't it? He does seem like the type who would make a lot of enemies, especially with a face like that. Well, I'd rather not speak ill of my father's close ally, but... Come to think of it, isn't the instructor awfully late? It's well past time for homeroom to start. Hold on. Let me just check something real quick here. Excellent. Excellent. It's actually working, like, properly. As opposed to working like trash, which it was for a while. Okay. True, it should have started about 10 minutes ago, actually. I swear, that woman, she better not be sleeping off another hangover back at the dormitory. Wouldn't put it past her. I wish I could say there's no way our upstanding instructor would do that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Excuse me. I'll have you know I did no such thing. Today.
God, I love Sarah.
Instructor?
Good morning, instructor.
Morning, everyone! Anyway, I'll have you know I've got a good reason for being late today. And that reason is, we're going to be welcoming a new classmate today.
Oh yeah, new blood. New blood, let's do it.
What?
A transfer student at this time of year?
Seriously?
I mean, what else are they gonna do?
All right, come on in.
Let's see who are new.
Righto.
Oh boy, it's Crow. Yay.
Huh?
That's right.
Crow?
New party members.
Isn't he a second-year student?
Say hi to Best Boy Crow.
I'm Crow Armbrust. Starting today, I'll be joining you fine folks as a member of Class 7. It's gonna be pretty sweet, guys.
He only wishes.
What?
What? I mean, how?
Are you sure you want to know? It's a long tale fraught with the intrigue of school politics.
I don't think I'd put it quite like that. Back in his first year, he slacked off so much that he ended up failing a few of his classes. Then he came crying to me in a panic, like, "Oh, help me, Instructor Sarah. They're not gonna let me graduate." So as a special exception, he's going to be joining us for the next 3 months to pay for his laziness.
You can't be serious.
That's an even more pathetic reason than I was bracing myself for.
Rip
I think you
Crow.
already know that Crow was one of the trial users for the Arcus test they ran last year. So I thought he might be a good role model for you. In that sense, anyway. And don't forget, he'll also be joining us on our future field studies, too.
Nice. Looks like you saved me the trouble of having to explain it all. Anyway, let's let the good times roll. Oh, and since we're all classmates now, no need for all that sweet talking you lay on the other second years, all right?
Right. Easier said than done, I fear.
If he was any more laid back, he'd be comatose.
Instructor, I can't help but notice you left the door open.
Wait, is there someone else too?
Huh? Are
That's
you
right.
serious?
Not just one transfer student, but
Aw,
two.
I was hoping to catch you off guard. All right, come on in and say hello.
I thought you forgot I was out in the hall.
What?
Surprise, it's Milliam.
What?
You must be joking.
Hey, aren't you?
You're the girl we met in the Nord Highlands. Yuppers. Long time no see, guys. But I see a couple of you I don't know, so I guess I better introduce myself. I'm Milliam Orion.
She's
And
pretty
this
cool.
here's Eric Getlum, but we'll just call him Lammy for short.
Don't put that in the classroom. No, bad girl. Bad.
What the hell is that? Holy crap!
It's that thing we saw at Ark's fort.
So this is that strange girl you met in the Nord Highlands.
And your replacement, Laura.
Oh, and a little house rule before anything gets blown up. No bringing that thing out in the classroom. If he accidentally smashes a wall or blasts through the ceiling, I'm the one who's gonna get chewed out for it.
Boo. Fine. Anyway. Nice to meet you guys.
That's one hell of an entrance.
Tell me you're kidding. Please?
I really wish I could.
Well, I can see we're in for some fun times these next 3 months.
Oh, God. So yeah, our class has increased in size. We've gone from 9 students to 11. And you thought your party wasn't big enough as it is. Oh boy, we just got started. 3 days went by. At first, no one was sure what to make of Crow Armbrust and Intelligence Division agent Milliam Orion's sudden transfer into Class 7. But within a matter of days, it almost felt like they'd been there all along. I'm sure none of you need to be reminded that it was none other than Emperor Drykles who ended the War of the Lions. But did you know that historical records tell us that he had amazingly few soldiers under his command? Initially, his allies numbered only a few confidants and several warriors from Nord. And while supporters rallied to him in each region, his rank still couldn't hope to compare to the other princes' armies. Nonetheless, They continue to advance, liberating region after region, and after half a year of bloody battles, Prince Dreikels met perhaps his most well-known supporter. Millium, right? Would you happen to know the historical figure to whom I'm referring? Sure do. Leanne Sandlot, also known as the Lance Maiden. Ooh, right you are, well done. Sandlot was the daughter of a count who ruled over a remote region, and accounts tell us she showed great martial skill from a young age. In particular, her skill with the lance was unparalleled. No records exist of her ever being bested in combat. The Lance Maiden also had a group of mighty warriors under her command, who fought alongside her in battle. Perhaps you'd like to illuminate us as to the name of this famous band, Reen? Hope you're studying. The group of mighty warriors led by the Lance Maiden. That's the... Is it the Eisenritter? Is it the Stahlritter? Or is it the Gralsritter? Yeah, there's only one choice here. The Eisenritter, also known as the Iron Knights. They were a band of knights said to be able to charge across the battlefield like lightning, cutting down all in their path. Correct, you've done your homework. The Wandering Prince met the Lance Maiden one day during a prolonged conflict in a remote region of the country. After recognizing each other as reliable and trustworthy, they pledged to fight together under a united banner. With the Lance Maiden and her knights bolstering his ranks, Dreikels' army swept through the one region after another. In just a year, he was able to defeat the other princes and free the imperial capital Heimdall. As an interesting footnote, the castle the Eisenritter used as their base of operations 250 years ago just so happens to be a hop, skip, and a jump away from Laura's home in Legram. Indeed, it's known as Lohengrin Castle. It's a beautiful old building situated on the shore of Lake Ebel, to the west of Legram. Oh, you've mentioned that before. Does anyone live there now? No, due to the dangerous terrain there, no one goes near it. These days, it exists simply as a relic of a bygone age. The Arsate family is responsible for the care and maintenance of the castle, though really only minimal work is done. Speaking of the Arsate house, wasn't one of your ancestors the Eisenritter's second in command? Indeed, the Lance Maiden's most trusted assistant and confidant, from what I understand. The Sandlot family line ended with the death of the Lance Maiden, and it's partly because of that the Arsate family mourns her death each year. I see. Oh, what a fascinating story. Legram, huh? Never had a mission there, so I've never been able to go. Maybe I should have stopped by when I went to Brehard a while back. You'd think she'd at least try to conceal the fact that she gets sent all over the country on secret missions. I know, she totally just let it slip that she was doing something in Brehard too. Well, I suppose it's better than her being all distant and cagey around us. Is it, though? Is it really? But yeah, get the bonus AP for answering the questions right. Okay, so tomorrow's free day, which means that next Wednesday you'll have your usual practical exam. You'd better all bring your A game. Oh, Millium and Crow. A few must-have instructional materials you guys are gonna need as a part of Class 7 finally showed up. I'll just hand that stuff off to you once we're done here, so I want you to come meet with me at the faculty lounge. Righto! Man, what a drag. Alright, homeroom's out for the day. Flee! Flee while you can! Machias, if you'll do the honors. Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow. So, what do you think? Well, I don't think we have to be on guard around her, at least. Same. Though I'd rather she kept that giant silver thing of hers hidden. I don't think she's a bad girl. I was taking a nap in the courtyard yesterday, and she came and fell asleep next to me. What does that have to do with whether or not she's trustworthy? They look like a couple of kittens all curled up together. Their personalities may be worlds apart, but they're both rather cat-like in their own ways. She can't be more than 12 or 13, still practically a child. Yeah, you're right. She's so chipper all the time that it's hard to really be cold towards her. Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to spurn her. She's got this natural charm, I think. Be that as it may, her presence here reeks of blood and iron, if you take my meaning. Well, it certainly seems that way.
As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
God, his voice is like butter. So good. It's hard to believe a girl like that could be an agent of the Intelligence Division. But just going off of what happened in Nord, there's not much that would make me doubt it now. And then there's that thing, Erebonia, that's always with her. She calls it Lammy, but aside from its name, we don't really know anything about it. It seems to be made from some strange material with both metallic and ceramic properties. It's hard, but pliable. Agreed. It doesn't look like anything you can make even with the most cutting-edge orbal technology. When I touched it, it felt really nice and cold. Wow, so you actually touched it? It hasn't escaped my notice that it seems strikingly similar to the combat shells we fight in our practical exams. I think it's safe to assume that they share some kind of common origin. Yeah. The instructor said she was forced to accept it, though in a sense Milliam was forced on us too. You're welcome to think what you will, but I don't trust her. Either way, she's technically our classmate now, like it or not. It may be a little early to tell whether we can trust her as a friend, but we should be able to figure out pretty quickly whether we can count on her as a member of Class 7. Ah. Well, that's a logical way of breaking it down, at least. You're right, it's still pretty early to make sweeping judgments. Knowing her background would be great. What's really important is whether we can count on her in a fight. Agreed. As students of a military academy, that's probably the most important issue. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, considering we're living in the same dormitory, it'd be good if we all got along. Yeah, I wouldn't want her to think we're trying to make her feel unwelcome either. And then there's Crow. What's he like, Green? You seem like you get along with him pretty well. I don't know if I'd put it quite like that. If I had to say, I'd describe him as a capricious gambling addict who way too prone to ante up for every hand. Adios, help us. He sounds like the kind of miscreant one would be better off avoiding. You can count on him when the chips are down, though. He really helped me out last month when Elise went to the old schoolhouse. He's good in a fight and pretty handy with his Arcus, too. Maybe we're worrying over nothing, then. Still, I'm not really sure how to connect with him, you know? Well, at least we're in separate dorms for the time being. We'll just have to see how things go. Aw, don't you want to be best buddies with Crow? He's such a good boy. Anyway, we've got control again. So, naturally, I will be saving. And let's go visit a few people. Also get a phone call.
Hello, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Oh, hi there, Reen.
Hey, Toa.
Do you have a moment?
Toa? Well, this is a surprise. What can I do for you?
You've got a new student in your class now, right? Well, her student notebook is ready, so I figured it'd be best to get it to her as soon as possible. And since you handled it last time, would you mind coming to get it for her?
That's right, delivery boy Reen on the job.
Oh, you're talking about Milliam. Sure thing, I'll come get it right away. You want me to swing by the student council room then?
That'd be great, thanks.
She sure doesn't waste any time. I should head on over to the student council room before it gets too late.
Alright. Let's go talk to some people. It's It's not free when you can't just talk to people. Class 7's a whole lot livelier these days, isn't it? Even putting Crow aside, I never would have expected some girl we met in Nord would become our classmate. Life is full of surprises. I feel like they've already become part of the fabric of our class, too. Definitely. I don't think we should have any trouble getting along with them. Well, for now at least. You two seem more like responsible adults than any of us, Instructor Sarah included. You think you can look after Milliam? Not a problem. We're all classmates after all. Helping each other out's what we do. That Ergeblim of hers is a real mystery though, isn't it? I'm really curious about how it works. Crow should theoretically be able to take care of himself, but maybe we should ask Milliam how she's doing with classes. I worry that some of the material might be on the difficult side for her, so we should all try to help her out. God, Emma's such a good girl. Hebel hurt his arm. It looks like Elliot's going to be performing as the lead violinist because the main guy got injured. Way to go, buddy. And the All-Time family is one of the best-known families in the Southern Province. Yep. Not that we're going to meet her family anytime soon, but it's nice to take notice of. Your painting has really been improving, Gaius. Meanwhile, I've hardly gotten any better. It's all thanks to you and Clara. You guided me along a path I never would have found on my way through on my own, and I couldn't be more thankful. Oh, please, it all comes down to you working harder than anyone else. Still, Clara's been going full bore for a while now. She's just gonna collapse at some point, isn't she? Linda and I have really developed our skills by learning from Clara's devotion to the arts. If I've improved at all since arriving at Thor's, I owe it all to this club. Ultimately, I'm glad I joined. Painting's looking real good there, guys. You paint that white on white. Show him who's boss. Alright. Don't think there's anybody on the rooftop, but I'll fast travel over there after I've checked the first floor here. Chancellor Osborne was always known to be the bold type during his time in the military. However, he seems to become even more coercive after becoming a politician. Now that the terrorists have begun to pop up, I'm sure that he won't hesitate to enforce some strict countermeasures too. I can only hope that no innocents get caught up in it all. He did mention that Principal Van Dyke was his former superior, didn't he? I wonder what caused him to leave the military and become a politician. I wonder. Maybe we'll find out one day. Now that you have your uniform and equipment, you should be good to go. Thanks, Teach. Good energy, I like it. I still have a hard time wrapping my mind around how someone like you ended up in Ironblood, though. That boss of yours is a real mystery man. You're pretty mysterious yourself. Seems like your life was really interesting before you started teaching. Now, who could have told you that? She asked the girl from the Imperial Intelligence Division. Milliam, let me give you a word of advice. His Majesty might have gotten you into this academy, but in my class, you're just another student. Just keep that in mind and everything will be gravy, okay? Righto! What do regular student-teacher relationships look like again? I think I've forgotten. Could it be? Does Instructor Neidhart have a secret girlfriend? Maybe. I am beside myself to know that we have a student who is in danger of being held back. That Crow Armbrust is a disgrace. This is why the lower class are nothing but a liability. Does he not realize that these types of things, which hurt the Academy's reputation, be sure to inform him that we made an exception. I got so angry I forgot how to speak properly. Be sure to inform him that we made a special exception for him once, and only once. He's all out of chances. Jiminy Christmas, guys. Anyway, if you've got the first 2 medals already, you can talk to Beatrix here. And she will give you your 3rd medal. I think this one you get for a certain number of quests. So if you've gotten all the quests so far, you'll pick this up now. The Medal of Compassion. Miss Herschel won it last year, so we're in some good company. And the Medal of Compassion, if you're interested, EP plus 100, Arts plus 25. So, good on a caster. Speaking of casters, actually, I still have some decent accessories. Prismatic Cape, not so much for a fee, but yeah. That should be good. Everything's hunky-dory. Hunky-dory, fine dandy. No better place to skip class than the infirmary. Well, guess what, lady? Class is over. Yeah, alright. Pop on out to the field. A little further. Talk to the cat. Give her some milk. Oh, right. I'm also changing out the Scepter Quartz, because I don't need it anymore. It's served its purpose. So, yeah, let's, God, I have no good quartz for... Oh, I guess I'm just putting the Force Quartz back on, I guess. It's fine. It works. They're none too pleased that she's hanging out with a commoner like me. Sounds like she got a real tongue-lashing for her when they first found out, too. Looks like Ferris is sticking around, though. That's good for her. Mark my words, Milliam has yet to show her true colors, and I have every intention of exposing her true reasons for joining our class. I think maybe you're worrying about it too much. And perhaps you're not worrying enough. Our class is full of good souls, far too naive and accepting for their own good. At least one of us needs to look at others with a critical eye, and I happen to make a rather fine skeptic. Well, I suppose having several points of view to consider is a good thing. But at least try not to make her feel unwelcome, okay? Ugh, fine. If you so desired, I would be willing to spare the time to teach you. Thanks, but no thanks. You're the last person I'd want help from. God. Look, Eustace is trying to be nice, and, you know, just fucking gets it. Gets it in the ass all the time, man. It's just not fair. Can't get in that storehouse. Alright, there's things I'm missing, I'm pretty sure. No, I just stepped up by some things. Cool. Excellent. I like when I just have to buy things. I guess I should talk to Laura and Fee as well while I'm out and about. You might get to hear about it on the next Oven Time. Oh no. And that body of hers is like, wow. I just have to get my hands on it. Otherwise, what's the point of even being in this stupid club? Gardening, perhaps? Looks like my plants are growing up pretty well now. You can do it, flowers. Aw. He's so cute. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Ba-doo-ba-doo. Yeah, going home sucks. Doo-doo. You seem more comfortable with what you're doing now, Monica. Perhaps you should try increasing your distance. That said, there's no need to rush. Your pace should be entirely up to you. I know, one step at a time. Thanks to Laura, I'm slowly getting better and better. Maybe the 50-yard stream isn't as far off as I thought. Look at how drastically things have changed for Laura now. We did it. We figured out her problem. She just needs to stop being such a Karen. Good thing Veb's not here to hear me say that. Orbal bike. Hey, Reen, how's Crow fitting in with your class? Perfectly. It's like he's been there since our first day. That's good to hear. Well, make sure you get some use out of him. He might be lazy, but he knows what he's doing when things get serious. I've noticed. Now that we have Million to worry about, I'm sure we'll be relying on him quite a bit. Feel free to ask us or Toe if you need anything too. We'll try to help you out however we can. Thanks, I will. There we go. All my slots open. Except I got 2 new party members now, so maybe not. We'll see. Still only getting level 2 stuff here. Maybe I want to pick up an evade too. Just to have an extra one on hand. Sure, why not? I wish I had better, like, stuff. Just kind of putting on whatever gives me some decent stat ups. Yeah. Anyway, I'm actually here for a reason. Buying the Master Quartz, maybe? No, I don't have enough frickin'... I don't have enough Sepet, damn it! So good, too. If I do something like that. That's not enough. Oh, it's so close, though. You know what? Screw it. I only need 100 Mira. It's fine, right? And I have, like, weapons to sell, too, so that helps. Oh, and I got the Strega A1, so I better put those on somebody. Won't be using Machias. Yeah, I'll put them on Emma. Why not? It's a terrible idea. Why are you putting them on Emma? She doesn't need the speeds. I'll put them on guys. Ah, sucker. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders, to Trails of Cold Steel 1. I've just been faffing about, so you haven't missed too much. Yes, use my lore emote. Use it for great power. How's everyone doing today? Oh, crap, I don't want to be here just yet. No, it's fine. It won't trigger until I get to the Student Union building. Anyway. Sell some nice armor and stuff. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for issue 6 of the Imperial Chronicle. Oh my god, I frickin' remember that from 3rd. I know exactly what you're talking about, and that thing is frickin' bullshit. It just throws that in the middle of a frickin' dungeon. You have no idea it's coming. And you can't beat it, so you just have to frickin' run. It's a joke. It's part of the reason why well, it's one of the many reasons why Trails the Third is my least favorite of the series. Just random bullshit like that. Anyway, pick up that book note there, and while I am picking up book notes, I should open up issue 6 of the Imperial Chronicle. Why not? Yep, no, it's nuts. It's so cheap. Breaking news: terrorist attack. Follow-up. A representative for the Imperial family has spoken regarding the aftermath of the terrorist attack which took place in Heimdall recently. The spokesman confirmed that Princess Alvin, who was placed in the greatest danger on that day, had sustained no serious injuries and was able to return to school as usual. Who are the Imperial Liberation Front? The recent terrorist attack placed both Princes and Princess Alvin in danger, and resulted in Imperial Governor Regnitz sustaining injuries. While it may seem the pieces returned to the streets of Heimdall, the culprits behind these unspeakable acts, who call themselves the Imperial Liberation Front, have yet to be apprehended. The elite force responsible for their capture, the Railway Military Police, insist that they are doing everything in their power to find them. Thanks to those who helped. Chaos might have reigned in Heimdall on the day of the attack, but that did not stop a number of people from doing their part to bring the situation under control. Each of those courageous souls has received a letter of thanks from the Imperial government. Extra special thanks are due to one young student who took command to restore calm in Dreikel's Plaza, and a group of civilians who succeeded in rescuing Princess Alvin from harm's way. These people have received particular appreciation for their deeds. International Trade Conference approaches. At the end of this month, the long-awaited West Samuria Trade Conference will finally commence in Crossbell. Unsurprisingly, those involved are already hard at work for the conference, which will be based around international and economic matters, and may potentially determine the future direction and development of Western Samuria. When asked to comment, a government representative responded, "An international conference on a continental scale like this has never been attempted before. Naturally, we intend to fulfill our responsibility as a great nation." The representatives from the Erebonian Empire are expected to be Chancellor Osborne and His Highness Prince Oliverts. Culture. Imperial Chronicle Radio is 1 year old. Do you enjoy listening to Orbal Radio broadcasts? This reporter certainly does. For those who aren't familiar, Orbal Radio allows you to enjoy audio programs anytime, anywhere. With the Imperial Chronicle's affiliated radio station, Imperial Chronicle Radio, now 1 year old, this seems as good a time as any to sell its benefits to the world, and a PR representative was happy to sum up exactly what makes Imperial Chronicle Radio so special. We may not have been the first radio station to be established, but this station is available in the widest area and conducts the most balanced and impartial broadcasts. Doubt. Travel. Lake Ebel. In today's travelogue, I will be visiting beautiful Lake Ebel on the eastern side of the Empire. This stunning spot is an ideal destination for those looking to enjoy a tranquil vacation away from the stresses of daily life. Furthermore, the historic stronghold of St. Sandlot on the opposite shore, Lohengrin Castle, provides the perfect backdrop to a lakeshore stroll. This area is best reached by traveling south from Brehard along the Ebel branch line. So yeah, fun times. Fun times, fun times. I think that's everything I need to do. So yeah, let's go pay Toa a visit. And I guess I can talk to Machias too, because I haven't done that yet. Also Dorothy. Wait, don't tell me. He did it for love? Which of the boys could he be gunning for? So many possibilities. I don't even know where to begin with that. Oh, Reen, you know it's you. Let's be real. I've already traded for all of Kenneth's stuff. I don't need more stuff from him. It's possible that my father might have had a hand in Milliam joining our class, given that he's on the board of directors. I doubt he knows much more about the Intelligence Division plans than we do, though. I think it's likely he helped facilitate her transfer to the Academy at the very least. They seem like they know each other, too. His close friendship with the Chancellor may have deeper implications than I thought. It's almost like, you know, getting in bed with a shady dude is only going to end up being shady. Who knew? Well, Toa says she wanted me to come to the student council room.
The door's open! Come on in!
Sorry if I disturbed you.
No, you're not.
Oh, Reen! Not at all. Sorry for making you come all the way out here.
Don't worry about it. It's class business anyway. That's quite the spread you've got on your desk there. Is it just me, or does your workload only ever seem to increase?
Toa needs to go on vacation.
Well, I've got a little extra going on right now that's keeping me a little busier than normal. Anyway, this is Milliam's notebook. Crow's already got one, along with the added pages on the Arcus units you all have, so she's the last one who needs it.
All right, I'll be sure to pass this on to Milliam next time I see her. Actually, if you don't mind my asking, how much do you know about why she's here at the Academy?
All I know is that she came with a recommendation from the Army's Intelligence Division, really. You know those combat shells you fight in your practical exams? They're being used with the Emperor's authorization. Apparently, it's something similar for Milliam. They can't deny her admission if the Emperor's pushing it through.
Yep, goes straight to the frickin' top.
This goes all the way up to His Majesty?
And that just shows you how powerful Chancellor Osborne is if he has the Emperor's ear.
Seems like it. The Chancellor was the one who set up both the Intelligence Division and the Railway Military Police. But neither of those organizations could have been established without His Majesty's consent. That's what's unusual. Anyway, because of that, the Academy can't really turn down a direct referral with that kind of backing.
Well, obviously not.
So that's how it is. But even accounting for that, I never would have expected Crow to be transferred into our class too.
Yeah, I was just as shocked as you when I found out. I knew he was a habitual class cutter, but I always figured he at least had enough credits to graduate. Oh, I feel like a failure as student council president for not noticing. Maybe even a failure as a friend.
Whoa there. I think you're being a little hard on yourself.
Yeah.
What about Angelica? Does she have enough credits to graduate?
Angie at least makes sure to attend the classes she needs for graduation. Apparently, Crow not only hadn't attended enough class units, he also didn't turn in some essential assignments.
Fool.
But as long as he's active and engaged with his Class 7 work over the next couple months, he'll be able to graduate.
Ah. Still, I get the distinct feeling this 1-2 punch of transfer students wasn't just a happy coincidence. Am I right?
Well, yeah. The principal thought placing Crow in Class 7 might be beneficial for the rest of you, too.
As a sort of example on what not to do.
His grades might be a sorry sight, but he really knows how to get things done when he wants to. Did you know he was responsible for all of the event planning at last year's Academy Festival?
Crow did that? Voluntarily?
It might be kind of awkward having a second-year student in your class, but I hope you guys will all get along. That goes for Milliam too, of course.
Yeah, see, Crow's actually incredibly competent when it comes down to it. He just pretends not to be.
She might have an unusual background, but at the end of the day, she's still a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So she really is 13 then?
Yeah, she scored really well on her entrance exam though, so I think she can handle the curriculum fine.
She'll be fine, don't worry about it.
She might be small, but she can roll up her sleeves with the best of them.
Now where have I heard of someone like that before? Oh, sorry. Looks like I've got a call coming in.
Go ahead and answer. I don't mind. I wouldn't want you to miss anything important.
Alright. Excuse me then. Hello? Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Hello, Reen. It's your favorite instructor here.
Instructor Thomas? When did you become a girl?
Are you still on the Academy grounds by any chance?
As much as it pains me to say it, I am.
No need to sound so suspicious. It's just that after I gave Milliam all the things I had for her, she just took off somewhere. You know how she tends to be kind of a mischief maker, so could you find her and drag her back to the dorms for me?
Alright.
Yep.
I can only imagine what would happen if she were to flash that silver thing of hers around on the Academy grounds again.
Lewd.
Yeah, I'd really rather avoid a repeat of yesterday. Anyway, I leave it in your capable hands, brave leader of Class 7. Mwah.
Wait a second. When did I become the...
Friggin' Sarah. Oh, man.
She really does trust you.
That's one way to put it.
Anyway, I'll let you go then. Are you still up for helping me with a few requests tomorrow?
Of course. I'll be around. Still, I know you've got a full slate and all, but try not to overwork yourself. And if there's anything else I can do to make life a little easier for you, don't hesitate to ask.
Sure. And thanks.
Aw. Your buddies. Your work buddies. Alright, I guess I better start looking for Milliam. But where do I even start? She could be almost anywhere. I should probably ask a couple of the others for help. Doubt it'll accomplish much just checking places at random. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten Crow's number yet either. I think 2 other classmates will be enough for this, though I should remember to ask him when I get a chance. So you can just pick 2 people at random to help you out here. It doesn't matter, but I think you do get link points. So if you're lacking link points for anyone, or you want to get someone in particular, you should pick them. By law, I am required to pick Laura, and I'll be picking Emma second. Alright, I understand. It doesn't seem wise to leave her on her own. I suppose the Academy must have a wealth of things that are new to her, so she's running around trying to take it all in. Yeah, I think you're right. I doubt she's left the Academy grounds yet, though we should be able to find her. I just have to think, if I were here, what would seem the most interesting? Then check all those places. I agree. Well then, let's find her and bring her back to the dormitory with us. Where could Milliam possibly be hiding? Do. Again, I'm just going to check for missables before I get started. Doesn't appear that there is anything I need to get. Excellent. That's the good stuff. So now I just need to check all the exclamation points. Away we go! There she is. Wow, so this is the orbal bike everyone was talking about? I want to try it! It'll need some more fine-tuning before you'll be able to do that. You do have the option of riding alongside me, however. I'm always willing to take cute little ladies like you for a ride. Really? I kinda wanna have a race, though. Wanna see if Lammy's faster than your bike? I don't know what this Lammy is, but it takes some guts to challenge me to a race. Now I'm really starting to take a liking to you. It didn't take long for those two to hit it off. Angelica and George are really good at taking care of others. Oh, hey there. What's up? Truth is, we're gonna explain to George that Instructor Sarah asked them to drag Million back to the dorms. No way! There's still plenty I want to do. If that's how you're gonna play it, then I'm not gonna let you catch me. Our race is gonna have to wait. Very well. I look forward to seeing you around again. For sure. Catch you later. Laura, just grab her. Come on. Wait up, Milliam. And there she goes. You could have at least pretended to try and catch her, Angelica. Reen, sweetie, surely you realize that I always side with my lovely ladies. And I have to say, though, she's even more peculiar than I heard. Yeah, I'd really like to see this Lammy she keeps talking about, though. Tell her that she's always welcome here for us, will you? Alright. Okay, let's go search somewhere else. I'd welcome her into my harem with open arms. Actually, wait, I suppose that'd be a criminal offense. Do you ever try thinking about what you're going to say before you say it? So, Angie is self-aware. My girl. My poor, sweet, innocent, stupid girl. Yeah. Anyway. Let's go check the gym next. Or as they call it in the business, the Gym. Wow, look at all that water. That's gotta be refreshing. I kinda wanna take a dip. We finally found you. Oh, hey, Reen. Hey, do you know if I get to take swimming lessons while I'm here? I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't. Has Instructor Sarah given you your school swimsuit yet? Nah, all I got today was my uniform. She told me I'd get it tomorrow. I can't wait, though. I wish I could go swimming right now. Swimming lessons aren't quite as laid back as you might think. You guys think too much. Besides, all this pool talk really makes me want to go for a swim. Oh, I know. Milliam? Ta-da! I can wear this. It's totally waterproof and it dries in no time. Now it's no problem if I get wet. Please think this over. On your mark, get set, go! Milliam, are you okay? Oh, that was way too fun. Hop on in, the water's nice and cool. She just doesn't care, does she? Unbelievable. We should go get her. Friggin' Milliam, man. Just having the time of her life. Huh? Where'd Milliam go? Did you see where she went, Monica? You mean the crazy girl who jumped down here? She just left. She was headed towards the girls' locker room, so you probably just missed her. She must have run because she didn't want to haul her back to the dorm. Well, we should look somewhere else. Friggin' Milliam. Alright, I'm just gonna fast travel over to the field here. I haven't done this in forever! Onward, mighty steed! Full speed ahead! Get down this instant! And that voice couldn't mean anything but trouble. Oh, hey everyone! Are you still chasing me? What in the world are you up to? It's been so long since we went horse riding in Nord, I thought I'd give it another shot. This is so fun! It's totally different than flying around on Lammy. Would someone please escort her far, far away from the stables? Why do you have to be so stubborn, Eustace? You must get that from your dad. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. How would you know what my father's personality is like to begin with? Wow, Milliam even managed to throw Eustace for a loop there. What's with this girl? Who cares? I'm on the horse now. Time to ride. To the highway. Hi-yo, horsey away. Get your hands off the reins at once. Let's go. Yeah, it's technically not Father's Day anymore. Damn, I should have streamed earlier today. Milliam, wait! So began Milliam's horseback adventures. She took off without the slightest concern for the worried soul she left behind. After riding around with an increasingly irritated Eustace for what seemed like an eternity, she finally came to a stop. Rip Eustace. You little... That was the best! We should totally do it again sometime! Are you okay? I'm fine. That girl doesn't have a lick of sense. She's got energy to spare, doesn't she? Hopefully she'll slow down by the time we catch up to her. It's time to start looking again. That little imp. What a colossal waste of time. If she were any wilder, she'd practically be feral. Don't be too hard on her. Getting to see Eustace all flustered like that was pretty great, though. Maybe she's worth putting up with after all. Oh, Paula. You know. Nowhere to run, Milliam. We got you cornered.
Wowee! There's so much cool stuff here! So this is Thor's military academy, huh? I think I'm gonna like it here. Ooh, I wonder what the view from the rooftop's like. Huh?
I should have guessed you'd be here. Hiya, guys. Did you come looking for me again? Don't give me that hiya, guys. Reen's right, you know. We've walked the length and breadth of the grounds looking for you. I think that's quite enough. It's time you return to the dormitory with us. Sure thing. After the chase you led us on, you're just giving up that easily? Well, I've seen enough for one day. Tomorrow's a free day, so that's when I can really start exploring. At least she's the type to plan ahead. She's sure a lively girl. Yeah, let's put it like that. Alright, let's get her back to the dorm before she changes her mind. I agree. Alright, dragging your ass back. Wowzers, that was so much fun! This town's got a nice feel to it too. I think I'm gonna like it here. Ooh, I wonder where I should go tomorrow. Well, I'm glad someone's having fun. Well, maybe you could spare a thought for the people who've been running all over the school grounds looking for you. Quite. Oh yeah, we should exchange Arcus numbers, Milliam. We need to be able to reach you quickly if there's ever an emergency. Sure thing. My number is, Exchange numbers with Milliam. Tell everyone else when you get back to the dorms, okay? Of course. Yay! Oh yeah, I should try calling Lecter and Claire later. I bet they'll be surprised. She really does seem like a typical 13-year-old girl, for the most part. Does make for a surprisingly effective guise, though. Come to think of it, what happened to that big doll of yours? Huh? You mean Lammy? He's right here. What? Come on out. Oh my. Milliam, don't call him out here or you'll... Whoa, what's that? It's like a huge silver doll. This is so cool. Is it yours? Awesome. He sure is, isn't he? Milliam? Looks like we've got our work cut out for us, taking care of Milliam. If she's gonna be living at the academy, I need to find some way to drill some common sense into her. Eventually, we were able to pull the kids away and convince them to go back to their homes. And after forcing Milliam to hide Erebonia again, we made the trek back to the dormitory, sighing all the way. Oh man.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone.
Just been making myself at home here.
You certainly have.
Crow?
What brings you to our dormitory?
Well, I am a member of Class 7 now, so I've been given the go-ahead to move into this dorm now. What?
This seems rather abrupt.
But man, Sharon sure makes some amazing coffee. If I'd had a cup of that, I would have been banging down the door to join Class 7 months ago.
You flatter me, Master Crow. Would you like me to bring some of the cakes I baked earlier as well?
Do you even need to ask? Anyway, sorry it kind of came out of nowhere, but it's good to be here.
Looks like he's already made himself at home.
At least Crow has his priorities straight. Coffee and cakes.
So you're gonna be living here too, huh?
Yep, us newcomers have to stick together, right? I just finished hauling all my stuff over from my old dorm. Looks like I ended up in the room right across from yours, Reen.
That's right, we can have sleepovers.
I see. I can already see things getting a lot more lively around here.
Ooh, man. Moving all those things really tired me out. I was hoping I could just stow all my junk in my old room, but Toa wouldn't let me.
I doubt that comes as any real surprise.
You must be pretty exhausted. Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any to officially welcome you to the Class 7 dormitory.
The pleasure's mine. And seriously, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. Come on, loosen up a little.
Yeah, loosen up. Take off those clothes, bitch.
We're classmates now. Just treat me like one of the gang and we're golden.
You sure about that? All right, one of the gang it is. Feels weird to think of you that way after all this time, though.
There's no harm in welcoming you to the dorm, at least. I'm certain we'll be fast friends in due time.
For sure. Oh, and if you guys don't mind, I want to get in on the action when you explore the old schoolhouse tomorrow. Gotta get back in the groove with my Arcus again, after all.
Huh? A schoolhouse?
Yeah.
Who'd want to go to school on their day off?
Well, we've got this special schoolhouse here.
Reen explained the labyrinth beneath the old schoolhouse to Milliam.
Whoa, really? That sounds kind of cool. I want to come too.
How did I know you were going to say that? Didn't I just get done telling you how dangerous it is?
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. As long as I've got Lammy, it'll be easy peasy.
Yeah, she's kind of the strongest party member in the game, so, you know, maybe take her words at face value here, Reen.
And if you didn't take me with you, I'd just break down the door and come after you.
I wouldn't be surprised if she really did it either.
God damn it.
All right. Have it your way. I'll be sure to let you and Crow know when I'm planning on heading into the old schoolhouse tomorrow. But don't just go wandering in there on your own without us, all right?
Yes, sir! Oh, I can't wait to see what it's like down there! So exciting! I might not even be able to sleep tonight!
It's a labyrinth full of monsters here, not a theme park.
Yeah, they're basically the same thing, right?
Looks like I better give my pistols a little TLC tonight.
Sorry, I'm still 8 years old at heart, I swear. Yeah, I bet you're gonna give your pistols a little TLC tonight. And that concludes my overview of the next field study schedule. How are things coming along on your end, Instructor Valentine? Well, I've contacted all the relevant authorities, and I've also considered the group placement of our two transfer students. Excellent. Then let me ask you once more. Are you both certain that you're in favor of going forward with this? I do feel like it may be a bit early for them, but I see no reason not to. As students here, they're gonna have to face it sooner or later. I am in full support. Furthermore, I've already secured the Lieutenant General's permission to proceed. Very well then, we will continue as planned. This may be a difficult reality for the students of Class 7 to face, but I can only hope that grappling with it now will help guide them down the right path. And we finally get the title screen an hour in. Chapter 5, Signs and Omens. Signs and Omens. Well, we could just stay in our room, but, let's go pay a visit to everyone. We might as well. So yeah, you can return to your room to call it a night, but might as well check out Crow's room while we're here. Kinda looks like Linde. Also got a dartboard. Looks like some cards and stuff. It's actually pretty empty in here, all things considered. Like, oh, I had to haul all my stuff here. It's like, Crow, you don't have much stuff, do you? Yo, sure didn't take long for you to pay me a visit. Who would have thought we'd end up right across the hall from each other? Guess you're just fated to be a part of my life, huh? So you say. Still, it feels strange knowing you'll be living here from now on. It all happened so suddenly that it hasn't really sunk in yet. It's okay. You don't have to hold back your joy at getting to live with a cool second year all the time. Yeah, I guess you did help me out in a big way last month, down the old schoolhouse. Though I couldn't help but notice you got quite a collection of games here. Sure do. I brought them all over from my old dorm. I'm not exactly smelling like a rose as far as credits go, but you gotta give yourself a break every now and then, right? Wise words. Though in your case, I get the impression you're never all that busy to begin with. Anyway, we're classmates and dorm buds now, so be sure to keep it casual between us. I'm sure you'll get used to it soon enough. I'll try at least. Feels like something's missing, but I can't put my finger on what. Maybe I left something back at the old dorm. Guess I'll stop by there tomorrow and check again, just to be sure. You know what it's missing? Big titty ladies. That's what every room needs. The very fate of the chess club rides on tomorrow's match. I'll have to use every spare minute between now and then to sharpen my skills. Wow, you're really fired up about this. Good luck, Machias. Thanks. Tomorrow's the big day. We'll be having our performance at the church. Just thinking about it's giving me butterflies in my stomach. Not sure what my schedule is going to be like tomorrow, but I'll definitely come see you if I have time. Thanks, it'd be great to have you there, cheering me on. I'm helping fill in for Hibel, so he's counting on me too. Heh. Hey there, Eustace. What's that you're reading? Oh, it's just you. Don't surprise me like that. Sorry about that. Is that a letter from your brother? Not quite. It's nothing terribly important. It dawns on me now that tomorrow will be our first free day since Crow and Milliam joined the class. You'll have to watch Milliam like a hawk to ensure she doesn't stir up any trouble. Wait, why is that my responsibility? If it wasn't Rufus, then who? Dorm's bound to become a lot more lively now that Crow and Milliam are living with us. I can't help but wonder what sort of wind those two will blow into our class. I suppose only the goddess herself knows. Let's just hope it's a good one. Oh, Gaius. You and your wind. Well, Sarah's not in her room. But Milliam's running around in hers. Hey, Reen, what's up? I got my room all nice and tidy now. Wow, this is pretty cute now that's all fixed up. You've even got dolls in here and everything. I know, right? I just wish I was allowed to bring Lammy out in the dorm. He'd really tie the place together. Yeah, that probably isn't a good idea. It's a pretty old building, and you'd get in big trouble if you ended up smashing your room's walls. Or the floor. I guess. What a bummer. Oh well, I'll just take him to the park when I want to play with him. It's not like he's a dog or something. Anyway, we got the Zwei Penguin here. We got Noi from Nayuta no Kiseki. We got Mishi, of course. The Picards from Ys. Palms. And, more Mishis up top there. A few badges. It looks like Michette, Mishi, and then a few I don't recognize. An orbal radio, a portable orbal terminal, it looks like. Another Mishi doll, of course. And I don't know what this bunny is. Or this dog? What is that? What kind of animal are you? I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's not important. I wonder which ones I should wear tomorrow. I guess the Stregas will do. Ease and move around in. Isn't Strega a classic shoe brand? I never knew you were so discerning about your shoes. I guess. Alright, but what color Stregas? The real challenge. I've got lacrosse practice tomorrow, but this is not one I'm looking forward to. All because Ferris refuses to stop pestering me about competing with her. I wish she'd just stop. Nope, never happening. Never happening. Not in a bajillion manillion years. Also, Emma's not in her room. It may be incredibly hot, but on the bright side, the swimming club is that much more of a refreshing experience. Especially now that Monica has been improving her times by leaps and bounds. I should learn from her example and keep improving myself every day. Maybe you'll get there one day. But, yeah. No Sarah, no Emma. Maybe they're downstairs. In the storeroom. Nope, Emma's talking to Celine at least. Huh? What's Celine doing here? She seems to have made her way in. Did something happen, Celine? Meow. Maybe she's hungry. Meow. No, it doesn't look that way. If only we could understand her. Yes, wouldn't that be nice? Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, Celine, but it's already getting late. You can come visit us again tomorrow. Meow. Lady Sarah will be returning home late today. She made mention of an important discussion with the principal. With the principal? I wonder what that entails. A small number of possibilities come to mind. However, I believe they are most likely discussing what highly difficult task to assign you next. I really hope not. Got in one, Sharon. That's why you're a super maid. And everyone else is just super lame. Ooh, got him. Alright, that's everyone. Let's go bed. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Just, starting up Chapter 5 and, heading out on our free day here. Can Laura fish? The answer to that question is a resounding no. Laura cannot fish. There is one thing she can do, though. And that's dab like a champ. Anyway, let's see what task we got today. Old Schoolhouse Mystery 5. Does anyone in Class 7 actually read these? If I wrote whatever I wanted here, would they investigate the old schoolhouse regardless? Perhaps I should use this opportunity to tell a joke. Oh, I know just the one. Two men walking to a bar. Instructors Neithard and Thomas, perhaps. And one says to the other, Oh, blast. I'm out of room. Principal Van Dyke. Side-by-side car. We're adding a new feature to the bike, and we want you to give it a test run. Come see us in the engineering building when you're ready to ride. George and Angelica. And then, Thor's 7 Mysteries. Lately, the other girls have been going on about the 7 mysteries of the Academy. I desire this grim knowledge. If you do too, visit the Occult Research Society Club Room in the Student Union Building. Beryl, Year 1, Class 3. Alright. Looks like there's quite a few today. Toa seemed pretty swamped when I saw her, too. Not sure what it is that's keeping her so busy, but I want to do what I can to lighten the burden. And then there's the old schoolhouse, too. I'll have to free up some time for that. Reveal. I guess we'll just have to see what we turn up this month. I promised to tell Crow and Milliam when I was going, so I'll have to give them a call when I'm ready to head in. Oh, are you leaving early today? Yeah, I was just about to head out. Do take care then. The sky is looking a little ominous today, so I'd suggest taking an umbrella. You sure? It seems like another boiling summer day to me. Perhaps it is right now, but I have a hunch it won't last the day, because I read the weather reports. Either way, I pray you'll have another fruitful day. Thanks, Sharon. I'll see you later, then. Anyway, Milliam got a few things, and we have 8 bonding events. Holy crap and a half. It's pretty much everyone except, you know, Toa, Machias, V, and Sarah. So yeah. We gonna be busy. Let's go pay Milliam a visit. Because, this will be our first time doing a bonding event with her. Oh, that room. Hey, Irene! What's with that getup? It's our free day, so I got all dressed up to go shopping. You probably shouldn't be seen in public dressed like that. Why don't you just wear your uniform? Boo, that's no fun. Trust me, fun isn't the issue here. Kind of worried about leaving her on her own. Mind if I tag along? Fine by me. What are we waiting for? Let's go! Only after you've changed into some other clothes. Aw, I'm regretting letting you come with me already. Friggin' Milliam, man. Such a shit disturber. And so, Reen joined Milliam on her exciting shopping adventure. Huh, I didn't think you'd head straight for the boutique. Are you looking for new clothes? Well, yeah, I don't really have any normal ones. I hope they got some cute stuff. I guess she's got a girly side after all. Sure, let's go take a look at what they got. Oh, hey, look, this is nice. Most of the stuff here doesn't seem like it'd fit you. I'm pretty sure there's a kids section over there you could check out, though. It's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna be huge soon enough. I got a bright future ahead of me. I admire your optimism, at least. Gonna have titties like a shelf. No, not really. How about this? Cute? I guess. You might want to look for stuff that matches how energetic you are, though. Oh, Lammy could totally wear this! She asks me a question and then proceeds to ignore me. Hey, I want to try this on! Try what on? Milliam showed Rena a see-through camisole. Okay, nope, definitely not, no. You're way too young to be wearing something like that. What was up with that reaction? I don't even want to know what just ran through your mind, do I? I'm older than you, so how am I the one getting bullied here? Oh dear. Reen and Milliam browsed the store's wares, buying everything she liked. After that, they returned to the dorm. Thanks for coming with me, Reen. It was pretty fun having you help. It's nice to hear. We definitely bought too much stuff, though. You probably don't even need half of this. It's all good. Claire gave me tons of money to spend. What, is it too heavy for you? Want me to bring out Lammy to help? No, I'm fine. We're gonna need to teach this girl some common sense. Not anytime soon, you won't. That's right, our link level with Millium's only level 3. Because, I mean, we don't get to use her as often, so... Obviously, that's what's gonna happen, right? Anyway, I better check for missable content, just in case. Ramsey, Stefan, Sarifa, logins. I probably already got that character note, now that I think about it. Actually, let me check my character notes real quick here. Okay, yeah, I got them. The ones I'm missing are Instructor Sarah's, because I didn't do her bonding event. Makarov, Beatrix. Is that it? Probably missing some, yeah. Missing some bonding points for those 3, but it's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go pick up the question barrel now. Welcome to the Occult Research Society. What kind of fortune would you like me to tell for you today, Reen of Class 7? Health? Romance? I can even give you life advice if that's what you wish. Sorry, I'm not actually here to get my fortune told. Don't worry. I'm well aware of that. You were sent by the student council, weren't you? You could have at least played along a little, though. You're not much fun. I'm kind of fun. Beryl's a strange one, alright. She's got quite the reputation amongst the girls as an uncannily accurate fortune teller, though. There's something you'd like to ask of me, is there not? Answers are merely a question away. Do you wish to know what kind of rituals and curses are my favorites, perhaps? That's probably the kind of thing I'm better off not knowing, thanks. Wait, she didn't just read my mind, did she? Nah, she couldn't have. So, I assume you've been informed about what I want you to do. Yeah, you want me to look into the Academy's 7 mysteries, right? Precisely. The sooner you can start investigating, the better. Are you ready to begin? Sure, I'm ready when you are. I know a lot of schools across the country have mysteries like these, but I didn't know that Thor's had a set all of its own. Well, I'm glad I could give you the good news. They've become a hot topic amongst some of the girls recently. Huh, I wouldn't have guessed that. But you said that you wanted me to look into the 7 mysteries. Does that mean you don't know what all of them are? And you want me to find out what you don't know about? No, I know the basics of each mystery already. What I'd like you to do is to investigate how credible each one is. I see. Is that something I'll really be able to investigate, though? I mean, if they're supernatural. You can just think of that as part of your investigation. If you can't come to any conclusions, so be it. Either way, to be more specific, I'd like you to talk to the people most likely to know something about each mystery. I could do it myself, but I'm not exactly what you would call a people person. Right, okay, I think I get what you want me to do now. Can you give me a head start by telling me what you know about each of the 7 mysteries, though? I think if I told you everything at once, it might be so much horror to take in that it would stop your hearts. So ask me about them one by one, and I'll tell you what I know about each. That sounds like a good way to do it. Alright, leave the investigation to me. Thank you. I look forward to hearing what you discover. Alright, I just wanted to pick that up. I'm not going to start on that just yet. We are going to go to the Gime, though. Talk to Laura at the Gime. Monica has been making great strides with her swimming lately. She may even reach her goal of swimming 50 arch today. Seeing her push herself like that every day makes me proud to be the one who coached her. I'm glad to hear it. She's been back to her usual self ever since our field study in Heimdall. Is something the matter? Nah, everything's fine. Should I try to help her out? Is there anything I can do to help? I think it'd be great to see her reach her goal, too. You have my thanks. Now then, why don't you go change into your swimsuit? Sure thing. Monica, today is the day you clear your 50 arch goal. Are you prepared? Yeah, I won't let you down, Laura. That's the spirit. Reen, your job is to swim alongside her and act as her lead. I'll be observing from the side of the pool. Thanks for helping me out. No problem. And so, Monica began her 50 arch challenge. Oh god, not the swimming minigame again. Oh, I don't actually have to do it. You can carry this through to the end, Monica. I know you can. Come on, you're almost there. Only 3 arch left. 2, 1. She did it. Wait, was that it? Did I do it? You did. You never even had to put your feet down either. Splendid work, Monica. I really did it, Laura. Monica's hard work had finally paid off, and she cleared her initial goal. Every last member of the swimming club congratulated her on her achievement, even those who didn't believe she could do it. Wow, rude. All of her hard work paid off. Thank you for being my assistant today, Reen. It was nothing. I'm just happy to see that things are good between you and Monica again. That makes 2 of us. I've now reconciled with both Monica and Fee, so I believe that I believe that we will continue to grow from here on out. I hope that you and I will be able to keep supporting each other too. You can count on me. Oh, Reen, you ignorant fool. Alright, courtyard next. Talk to Emma, see what she's up to. Hey Emma, what brings you here? Oh, Reen, you wouldn't happen to have seen Celine anywhere, would you? I've been searching all over for her. Celine? That's your cat, isn't it? Well, I wouldn't exactly call her my cat. She was with me just a little while ago, but then she bolted off like something caught her interest. I haven't seen her around, at least not recently. Well, I probably shouldn't be too worried about it. She's the capricious sort, not unlike Milliam, I suppose. She must have run off to have a little cat adventure somewhere. Maybe I should help her look for Celine. How about I help you look for her? After all, 2 pairs of eyes are better than 1, right? Are you sure? Well then, thank you for volunteering. And so the 2 of them began their search for Celine. They searched high and low, checking areas where Emma felt Celine may be, and relying on Reen's powers of detection. However, no matter how hard they looked on campus, they could find no trace of her. I think we're gonna have to start looking in town. But that would take up even more of your time. Don't worry about it. I'll keep looking with you until we find her. Hopefully she really is in town. I'm fairly confident that she hasn't gone somewhere else, at least. But we should still try to find her as soon as we can. Agreed. You seemed a lot more worried about her than you let on earlier, though. I guess you were just trying to convince me, or you were just trying to convince yourself not to panic? Something like that. I do think of her as a friend, after all. Right, let's start looking around. she's not making this easy. Indeed, just where has she run off to? Celine, could it be? Oh, is that? Celine, so this is where you were. Why did you run off like that all of a sudden? Wow. Is she eating something? Seems like it. Huh, are these sardines? Sardines? They're small dried fish that are usually used in the East, mostly to make broth. I guess cats really like them too. Maybe Mick ordered a few and gave her a couple as a snack. Wow. You really gave me a fright vanishing like that, Celine. For a moment I thought those two had... Those two? Nothing. It's nothing. Thank you for helping me, Reen. I don't know what I would have done without you. I'm happy we found her. That wasn't very nice, though, Celine. Emma was really worried about you. Celine, there's no need to be rude. Well, cats will be cats. Just give me a shout if you ever need help with anything else, Emma. Of course. Meow. Anyway, that's just really cute. Because Emma is really cute, guys. Maybe it's a sign that times have changed. Damn straight they have. The Misty Effect. Ooh. Too powerful. Hey, Eustace. I don't see you around here too often. Well, I have some things I need to purchase. Oh, stuff for the riding club? Well, not exactly. Anyway, don't mind me. It's nothing of particular importance. Well, he's definitely got something on his mind. Well, I'm here and I've got some time to spare. Why not tell me what's up? I might be able to help you out. You really do enjoy sticking your nose into other people's business, don't you? So your uncle in Breahard sent you a letter, then? He ran that one restaurant, right? Correct. It seems that he caught wind of the fact that we were involved in the terrorist attack during the summer festival, which caused him to get worried and send you a letter. Just goes to show how much he really cares about you, huh? There was no reason for him to be so concerned over something so minor, especially as we've rarely contacted each other up until now. Don't even try to hide it. You're happy about this, I can tell. Quiet. More to the point, I feel some remorse for causing him enough concern to feel the need to write. And so, as much of a pain as it will be, I feel as though it'd be best to include a token of thanks along with my reply. Which explains why you're here. Found anything you think you'd like yet? Not quite. I rarely come to stores like this in the first place, so I don't even know where to start. What are you laughing at? Oh, sorry, I was just relieved is all. It's nice knowing that Rufus isn't the only person you're willing to let into your life. Always looking for an opportunity to spout nonsense, aren't you? Putting your personal failings aside for the moment, now that I've told you something, you need to help me find something for him. I was counting on it. The two of them proceeded to browse the store for something appropriate. After some searching, they found a rare brand of tea that Reen used to drink back home, and decided to buy that. Apologies for taking up your time. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure your uncle will be happy about this. One can only hope. Aww. Eustace is a good boy. See, now that Class 7 is starting to bond together, you start getting more of these, like, cutesy bonding events where you, like, figure out that that they're all just a bunch of total sweethearts, and it's really adorable to see. And speaking of sweethearts, and totally adorable, let's go talk to Gaius. Also Hugo and Becky. I know, right? Still a wee while away, but we'll be loaded by the end of it. Oh, food stalls aren't exactly my speed. But it's a good idea nonetheless, so I'll join you on this venture. Oh, it's not your speed, is it? Fine then, go ahead and tell me what you would be doing. 2 words, Becky. Manufactured demand. I'd start by giving away super sweet drinks for free. But they'll have an aftertaste so strong, those pricey fruity desserts will start looking like affordable palate cleansers. You're even more awful than I thought you were. Well, I cannot deny knowing what you're doing, at least. Festival's gonna be an absolute belter, though. I'm gonna rake in the dough and weed in food stands. Yeah! Well, that was rude. Either way, it seems as though this issue has been resolved. The reason why I'm talking to Becco and Hugo and Becky here is because I wrote a fanfiction about them for Lady Virgilia. And that's on my Archive of Her Own account, if you want to check that out. It was a lot of fun trying to get my Scottish accent working in text. At least it's easier to write it than it is to speak it. Holy beans. Anyway, hi guys. Ah, it smells fantastic. What's that you're drinking? Wait, this smells kind of familiar. It's tea brewed with herbs from Nord. The same kind you drank when we were there on our field study, actually. Fred managed to get his hands on some. He even treated me to a cup since he knew I'm from there. Really? That was nice of him. Should I join him? I'd like to try some if I may. Let's ask Fred for some then. Aw yeah, tea time with our boy. Ah, this smells really soothing. Reminds me of the tea I always used to drink back home. Now I want to see Tome and everyone else again. Kinda reminds me of the delicious food we had there too. Now I'm getting hungry. Well, I think I know the solution for that. I've got a job for you. Oh? What kind of job? I've been thinking up some new stuff for our menu. So I figured I'd try my hand at a classic from Nord. But it's not going too hot. This is where you come in. Tea's on the house if you help me out. Oh, I see now. Gaius would be the man to ask for that stuff. Happy to help, especially if you're promising me more tea. I'll see your tea and raise you test privileges on everything I make. Now come on over here. You've got all the ingredients ready, I see. I think pheasant wraps would be a good place to start. Oh man, now we're talking. Just guys to make it look easy. I made my fair share of dinners back in Nord. Mind if I use your stove? In what seemed like no time, the pheasant wraps were ready. Breen and Fred then proceeded to dig in. Nom 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 nom. Oh, these are great. Maybe I should have expected that from someone who grew up making them. What do you think, Breen? They're definitely not bad. But they're lacking a little something compared to the ones we had in Nord. You serious? I figured as much. But I might know the reason why. Would it be okay for me to make another batch, Fred? I'll keep eating them if you keep making them. Guys got right back to cooking again. After this, the second round of tasting began. Nom 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 nom. Whoa, I don't know what you did, but this tastes way better than before. Yeah, now this lives up to what we ate up there. What'd you do differently, though? Seems like I wasn't thorough enough when I prepared the herbs. Mostly because it's been so long since I tried making any of my home cooking. But your criticism reminded me of just what I was missing. Great, not only does my cooking get better, yours does too. Thanks a lot, both of you. This new menu's gonna knock 'em dead. Can't wait to try it. I'm surprised you noticed the difference, though. It's kind of nice to know our food left such a lasting impression on you. Hey, when I eat something delicious, I tend to remember it. I have to admit, though, it kind of makes me miss Nord. You're telling me. Hopefully I'll have the chance to bring all of you back there someday. I'll have to ask my mother to teach me some more of her recipes, too. Given any thought to becoming our class's official cook? Just a thought. Aw. Your bond with Guy is strengthened. See, look at all the cute stuff we get to do. Cooking with Gaius, searching for Celine with Emma, helping Eustace pick out a present for his uncle. You know, it's just good stuff, man. Well, Mint's playing, so I can't exactly skip out on this. Right now, she's just doing some final checks before the show starts. Please, head inside. I decided I'd come to the concert since Bridget was going to be performing in it. No reason to hang around the club if I can't focus on what I'm doing, right? Right, let's take a peek. Just walk right in there, Alan. Come on. Okay. Oh no, here comes the nerves. Okay, Mint, deep breaths. Don't let your fear of failure make you fail. Oh, Reen, you made it. Hey, Elliot, you're looking kind of nervous. Is it that easy to tell? There's quite a few people here, so I can't really help it. Especially since I'm the lead violinist now because of Hebel's accident. I can totally understand why you're nervous then. Good luck. Thanks. He'd probably be glad if I stayed. There's still some time left before you're on, right? Let's chat a little before then. It might help you calm your nerves. Thanks, Reen. I'd really appreciate it. Elliot started tuning his violin before the performance began. That should do it. All that's left now is to wait until it starts. Not long now. You're looking pretty confident, though. Huh? Well, I mean, I can tell you're nervous, but you look focused. Like you just had a big distraction taken off your mind. You're probably right. And I think that's thanks to last month's field study. Now that you mention it, a lot of good things happened to me while we were back in Heimdall. I got to meet my friends who ended up attending the music academy, and got to talk to you all about everything. I finally have the confidence I needed to stop running from my love of music. But I never would have gained that confidence if it weren't for all of you. You really are tough, aren't you? Good luck out there, Elliot. I'll be cheering you on with the rest of the audience. Just you wait. We're gonna put on the kind of show you'll tell your grandkids about. And so began the Wind Orchestra's performance. Would have been nice if some of the other members of Class 7 came for this performance, but no, it's just frickin' Reen. Like, seriously? Is Reen the only person who cares about Elliot in this world? Elliot and the rest of the Wind Orchestra played passionately, pouring all they had into every note. That passion captured the hearts of all who were present, and their performance was deemed a resounding success. Yes, Reen is the only person who cares about Elliot in this world. Knowing you were here listening definitely helped me play my best. I'd even go so far as to say I pulled off a performance on par with what my friends at the Music Academy could give. I'll say, I was really impressed. Looking forward to hearing more music like that in the future. Thanks, Reen. I won't let you down. Aw. Yeah, I mean, Gaius does care about Elliot too. Like, they're all buddies and stuff. He just got roped into taste testing. Is all. Anyway, we got 2 more bonding events to do, because holy crap, this chapter has a lot of bonding events. We're gonna go see our buddy Crow. Oh, what are you doing here, Crow? Yo, Reen, I left something here yesterday, so I just came to pick it up. Oh man, I always forget how much of a pain moving is until I have to do it again. This is why I wanted to use my old room to just store stuff in. I wouldn't push your luck with that. Should I give him a hand? He seems like he could use the help. I don't mind giving you a hand, you look like you need it. You serious? Man, I guess they were right when they said you can't beat having a loyal first year at your beck and call. Oh, just to make it clear, this is unpaid labor, I'm afraid. Don't worry, I wasn't expecting payment from the guy who conned 50 Mira off me. Reen and Crow, forever united by that 50 Mira coin. Yo! Oh, hey there. What's up, Crow? What's this I hear about you being a first year again? I heard worse. They kick you out already? Come on, you guys nobody would ever want to get rid of me. Show a little respect to the guy teetering on the edge of his second first year. You've only got yourself to blame for that one. So I'm guessing this guy's a first year in your new class, Crow. Yes, I'm from class 7. Well, how about that? Let me give you a little tip. Never drop your guard around this guy, because he'll be in your pockets the second you do. Hey now, we don't want to give my new classmate here the wrong impression. Trust me, I've got all the impressions I need by now. This is ridiculous, Crow. Shut up, give me a hand here. This thing isn't going to carry itself. You could at least ask nicely. Alright, let's go the rest of the crew to help out with this. Huh? Especially in my... You know what? Never mind. Teehee. Yeah, he was giving his pistols some TLC last night. But, pistols was plural. Teehee. Well, that should just about do it. Thanks for the help, guys. Don't sweat it. Just make sure you pay back that money you owe me. Yeah, I know. In that case, we'll leave you to it. Thank you for your help. The second years left the room. Sure doesn't look like they left the room. They left in a hurry. Ah, well, wouldn't have been able to move it all on my own anyway, so I'll let it slide this time. I'm surprised you got so many people to show up to help. You really do have a lot of friends, don't you? Well, I've been here for 2 years now, right? Keep it up, and one day you might be as famous as old Crow here. I get the feeling in order to be that popular, I need to be old Crow. Alright then. Now you got your furniture, I'll say it once again. Welcome to the Class 7 dormitory. Hey, thanks, man. Oh, Jeff, you hate work too? Don't we all? I mean, I say that, but I'm not even employed right now. Say la vie. Little does Reen know about Egret. Oh, yep. Reen is bound to be even more popular than ever before. And it's, time to say the best for last. Hi, Lisa. I knew this would happen. Ferris can hardly go 2 seconds without challenging me to some sort of competition. It's good to have a competitive spirit, right? It wouldn't be so bad if Emily and Teresia didn't keep throwing more fuel on the fire. I don't think I'll have any choice but to accept at this point. Maybe I should stay around and see how this plays out. Well, if you're going to accept her challenge, I'll have to stay around and give you some moral support. You're just as bad as they are. Fine, suit yourself. Well then, Ferris, what will we be competing in today? Our competition today will be a simple 50 race. I do hope your breakfast wasn't too large, cause you're about to eat a bitter serving of defeat. Yeah, oh. Elisa got all the moral support she needed, that's for sure. Oh no. Whatever you say, Ferris. Let's get this over with. Good luck, Elisa. And so began yet another heated competition between Elisa and Ferris. Reen watched attentively as Ferris refused to accept Elisa's marginal victory. Again, and again, and again. Ferris's several rematches served only to drag out a quick and simple competition. And in the end... right, my most recent chapter. Wait, did it? Fuck, sorry, I've been writing so many stories, I forgot what my most recent one was. Oh, yeah, no. That one, yeah, that one takes place, post CS4, so, yeah, minor spoilers. I don't think you'd pick up on them if you hadn't played, CS4, but if you had been, like, partway through CS4, you would pick up on them, so, yeah, I'm just, I would just say be careful in that case. Looks like Elisa's our victor. Impossible! How could I be defeated after all of my practice? The rest of us practice too, you know. I have to say, though, you've gotten a lot faster than you were before. You really have been putting in the hours, haven't you? That was a good match. Sort of like the several matches before it. You two might want to rest up for now, though. Do not belittle me! Oh. Actually, no, just mentioning that would be... I will say no more about it. I cannot accept this. I refuse to accept this. Ferris, where are you going? Elisa, we've got to go after her. Right. Reen, Emily, and Elisa combed the whole campus in search of Ferris. However... she must not be at the academy. Sorry about this, but would you two mind looking for her off campus? Of course. Where in the world could she be? Also, I kind of play hard and loose with headcanon stuff, so... It may not be the case, but it might be the case. You never know. Stay back. Do you know who I am? I am the daughter of Count Floral. Help! Vincent? Elisa? Ferris? Elisa? Let's take him out. Right. That's totally understandable. And it's only, like, what, 3 months away? 4 months away? And no, you don't actually get to fight them. Because it's a bonding event. It's not a combat scene. Oh, there we go. Doesn't look like she's injured either. Thank goodness. Are you alright, Ferris? You just had to choose the highway of all places to do your sulking. Elisa? For what purpose did you chase me out here? Are you here to laugh at me? Belittle me for losing to you? Of course not. There's no way I'd ever do something like that. Why is it so hard to believe that I just want to be your friend? That I want to train and get better with you? In all honesty, I wanted to become friends with you as well. However, I could never once bring myself to admit that. So that's how you really felt. In that case, how about this? We can keep competing against one another, but as friendly rivals. There's nothing wrong with some competition between club members, or friends for that matter. Elisa? Thank you, Elisa. Thank you so much. I'm glad this all worked out. Teehee. Thanks, Reen. You really helped us out. I didn't do anything much. More importantly, I'm glad we were able to help your friend. I mean it. You're always there for me when I need you the most. I don't know what I'd do without you sometimes. You're welcome? Right, I've got cleanup duty now, so I've got to go. Sure, see you later. There we go, our bond with Elisa is maxed out now. Anyway, that's all the bonding events done, so let's save and get to work on these side quests, shall we? Let me see what I need to do, because I totally forgot. Right. I basically have to go run around town talking to people. That'll be fun. Here we go! Mamma mia! Ha-cha-cha! Kenneth's gone fishing, as he's wont to do. Do you wish to hear about the Academy's 7 mysteries? Ah, the first mystery. The crying sculpture. The sculpture in question rests in the art room. It's used as a reference for sketches. However, if you dare draw near, you can see tear tracks running down its face. Whoa. What's more, the tears return after wiping them away. Rumor has it that the tears originate from a human head contained within. Okay, I was on board up until then. That's a little too extreme to believe. You think so too? Even so, these sorts of stories always contain some kernel of truth. Perhaps speaking to the head of the art club will allow you to find it. The second mystery is that of the haunted piano. Late one night, a student walking by the music room heard someone playing the piano. Drawn by the sound, she took a peek into the room, only to find it empty. Well, the name certainly fits. They claim it's a music-loving ghost playing the piano in there. A ghost who likes music? That's all? Seems a bit lazy to me. Agreed. At least give the ghost some elaborate tragic backstory to explain his connection to the piano. Regardless, perhaps you could learn more from the head of the wind orchestra. I believe his name was Hibel. Thirdly, we have the mystery of the Forbidden Tome. Now, this one is interesting. Apparently, the Academy's library houses a book containing one of the world's greatest secrets. The book is passed down from one library head to the next, all of whom are tasked with keeping it safe from prying eyes. You weren't kidding. This one is pretty interesting. It pleases me to know that I have a partner in fascination. Just imagine if it were something about the fall of the ancient Sumerian civilization. How romantic. The person currently in charge of the library is Instructor Thomas. He's likely the only person who knows for sure. The fourth mystery tells of the hidden graves. This legend dates back 250 years. It's said that many who died in the War of the Lions lie buried beneath this academy. More specifically, their bodies are buried directly below what is now the field. Whoa, is there more to this story? Oh, there most certainly is. They say that on some cursed nights, the corpses of the buried rise from their graves to bathe in moonlight. And when they do, their long hidden graves surface from the field, overturning it and leaving holes. Well, that explains why this mystery is called The Hidden Graves, at least. But honestly, I was kind of expecting the mystery to be a little creepier. You must be getting used to these macabre mysteries. Good. Wait, what do you mean by good? Regardless, the best people to ask about the field would be members of the riding club. I believe the club's Captain Lambert is home for the summer. Perhaps you should ask Paula instead. The sports club's grudge is the topic of the fifth mystery. Given how hard the sports clubs train, it's not uncommon to hear screaming coming from their general direction. But some say that those screams can be heard coming from something else dwelling in the gymnasium. The rumors say those screams are a grudge of sorts, a manifestation of all the stresses sports club members face. This one seems a bit backwards to me. Working up a sweat should wash away your stresses, not make a monster out of them. Only a select few would share that sentiment. Such ignorance of others' feelings might just lead you to an unfortunate end. Right. No matter. It may be wise to ask the captain of the fencing club for further details on this mystery. I think her name is Friedel. Oh my, the sixth mystery surrounds the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell. Have you paid much mind to the pond beside the gymnasium? Some say that it has a direct connection to Hell itself. More amazingly, they say a resident of Hell, the Crimson Devil, shows up at the pond from time to time. Well, that's certainly something. Any word on what it looks like? Sadly, the only descriptor I've heard is that it has 2 massive claws. It might be best to ask someone who fishes there often if you wish to know more about this mystery. Do you know Kenneth? He's a first year in the Imperial Fishing Club. He's a noble, though he acts as though he's not. Perhaps he is the club's... Nevertheless, he is the club's head. Perhaps he knows something. The 7th and final mystery is that of the poltergeist in the upper-class dormitory. To be frank, I have very little information about this one, but it seems as though furniture, cutlery, and the like are often found broken in the upper-class dormitory. And people are saying a poltergeist is responsible? So it seems. Considering the mess it seems to be making, I can only imagine that the dormitory's maids would know something. Perhaps you should ask them for more information. Oh, God, that barrel voice is hell on my throat. Why did I do that? Why am I subjecting myself to this torture? For the likes. Alright, I forgot all the people I needed to see. So let's just try wandering around and see if they pop up on my map. Okay, they do. Good. That saves me some time. Let's go see Instructor Thomas first, because he is our favorite instructor. Reen, my boy, what sorts of questions have your inquiry mind come up with today? As it happens, I'm looking into something for a fellow student. Do you know anything about a forbidden tome supposedly locked away in this library? A forbidden tome? My, what a fascinating idea! Just imagine if it contained details on the sacraments of the ancient Zemurian civilization. Or perhaps it could be a grimoire, written by the crossbell and alchemists of the Middle Ages. Wouldn't it be thrilling if one really existed? Yeah, it sure would. In other words, it doesn't. But what exactly inspired you to ask about this imaginary tome? Well, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy, and one of them has to do with a book full of the world's greatest secrets, hidden deep within this library. Ah, so that's what this is all about. This year's story is even more absurd than the one I heard last year, but I do believe I know what you're talking about. You do? The tome the story refers to is in fact a volume of... how shall I put this? Gentleman's special interest literature. Maybe Sucker Punch. Maybe. But also maybe not. Who knows? Seriously? At least the forbidden part is right. Not because it's dangerous or anything, but because it's rather naughty. We tell you boys time after time not to bring those sorts of things into the Academy, but somebody always has to try. Well, boys will be boys, I suppose. This little tale started because we gathered the contraband here before we dispose of it. Well, that's one way to do things. Well, you're just gonna have to play the Crossbell games and find out. Or you can watch my streams of it and see it for yourself. So, if you happen to have a prize collection of your own, make sure to leave it under your mattress back home. Unless you want me to find it and share what you're into with Instructor Sarah and the rest of the faculty. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, anyway, there's nothing especially unusual or mysterious about this library, I'm afraid. You've made that abundantly clear. Thank you for your time, Instructor. Don't make me rush Sky Third. Oh, come on. Once you get started on Crossbell, you'll not want to put it down. It's that good. That's how every Trails game has been for me, literally. I know, that's why you gotta get into it. Literally every single one. But seriously, you'll love it. And you should play it as soon as possible. You're Reen from Eustace's class, correct? That's right, and you're Paula from class 5, I assume. This might sound weird, but I'm currently looking into these mysteries surrounding the school. Have you heard the rumor that they're calling the Hidden Graves? I have. That's the one about the dead rising from their graves on the field, right? Lambert and I found a hole in the field a while back. The only thing to come out of that was an exam with a bad grade. Seriously? Yep, seems like someone couldn't deal with getting a score so bad that they tried to put their test 6 for each under. They didn't even bury it, though. They just dug a hole and tossed it in. We filled it up since someone could have tripped. But with a grade like that, you could say the only grave our culprit dug was his own. Yeah, that joke was so bad I can't even force myself to laugh. That aside, thanks for the info. That was a big help. God damn it. I think Paula and I might be on the same wavelength. Okay, but sometimes the bad jokes are the best jokes? Yeah, definitely. I mean, who doesn't love terrible, horrible puns? And awful jokes. They're great. They're always great. Pretty sure this girl's the head of the art club. Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time? No, I'm busy. But my ears work so I can listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead, state your business. Okay. I guess she's gonna keep working while I talk. That's pretty impressive. I'm actually looking into the Academy's 7 mysteries. One of which is the art room's crying sculpture. You wouldn't have to know anything about condensation. Sorry? Like I said, it's condensation. You have no idea how many people have come in to ask about that. Not tears, it's just condensation. Water vapor in the air, big words scare you. Who in their right mind would actually believe a sculpture could cry? Guess the world will never run out of idiots. I see. If you wear a mask and glasses, you may be entitled to condensation. As someone who is wearing a mask and glasses whenever he goes out, yeah, it sucks. Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the information. It was nothing. Oh, Clara. So original, I know. Get this man a prize. And I totally forgot what the other ones were. Anything here? Nope. Oh, but Nightheart's here. Let's say hi. It's been nearly half a year since you all entered this academy. Am I right to assume that you're all accustomed to it? I'd say so. We've had some troubles along the way, but everyone in Class 7 is finally getting along. We have had some interesting new additions to the class, though. Instructor Nightheart? I hope you will perform to the full extent of your capabilities during your next field study. That's all. You're dismissed. Hold on a second. Are they planning something? I did the Manway Method quest in Chapter 4. I don't think it opens until I finish up this one here. Okay, so... Right, I need to talk to Friedel. And I need to talk to, Kenneth here. Hey, Irene. Still fishing the good fish? I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I guess you could say that. There's actually something I was hoping to ask you about. Did the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell ring any bells? That's one of the Academy's 7 big mysteries, right? It's the only one I know, at least. But seriously, though, did anyone really believe this place was connected to Hell? Probably not. Any idea what the Crimson Devil part's all about, though? That's probably a crayfish. You see them around here every so often. And that must be it. Wait, what's a crayfish? Yeah, red things. Kinda look like crabs. They even have 2 big claws, just like that devil's supposed to. I wouldn't be surprised if crayfish inspired the whole thing. Yes, there is actually another Manway Method quest. I'm pretty sure it's in this chapter, too. I think I just have to finish the other side quests first. Thanks, Kenneth. You're a peach. Oh my, and mercy me. Did you clone yourself, Vivi? How wonderful. Now we can work twice as efficiently. Fake Vivi can tend to that flower bed over there, and real Vivi can be in charge of getting the equipment ready. Oh, she's good. Vivi dragged me along so she could play a prank on Adel, but it ended up backfiring. Now I'm stuck helping them out. Why does this always happen to me? My flawless plan to have my way with Adel's body had a flaw. She seems so easygoing that you'd think she'd be easy to trick, but I guess I shouldn't have underestimated her. Vivi is all of us in spirit, isn't she? Oh, man. I think she's the captain of the fencing club, right? Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a question? No bother at all. Ask away. As it so happens, I'm looking into the 7 mysteries of the Academy. Have you ever heard of the sports club's grudge? Oh sure, people have been talking about it since I was a first year. Although I don't suppose it will gain much traction next year. Why's that? It's pretty simple, really. Those screams don't come from people, but the door that used to be here. It had been in bad condition for years and used to make these awful screeching noises. So I asked for a replacement at the beginning of the month. Now everything is nice and quiet around here. Well, that explains that. Thanks for the information. You're very welcome. And I think the last one was at the upper class dorms, if I'm remembering correctly. Shows how much I'm paying attention. Talked to everyone's second favorite maid, Lottie. I can't think of a better person to ask about the upper class dorm. Excuse me, would you mind if I asked you a question? Of course not. How can I help you? So, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy. There's one story about a poltergeist in this dorm, but would you know if there's any truth to that? I do, in fact. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it's Lot, but it could be. I assumed it'd be like Lottie because that sounds like a more feminine name. Some of the more experienced maids told me all about it. I've even seen it for myself. You've actually seen the poltergeist? Oh, not quite. There is a much simpler explanation behind all the havoc. As the story goes, plates are broken and utensils strewn about the kitchen, correct? But these things happen when girls try their hands at cooking for the first time. The kitchen can get very chaotic. This tends to hit its peak in May, when more of them want to practice for their cooking classes. But I think a poltergeist makes for a far more interesting culprit when people are sharing stories. Ah, that explains it. Thanks for clearing everything up. I'm glad I could be of help. Alright. Am I missing anything? Alright. I haven't talked to Hebel yet, so I need to find him. Yep, that looks like it's it. Where you at, Hebel? Probably in the church. I think this is Hebel from the Wind Orchestra. Oh, hey, what's up? I have a cool question for you. I'm trying to investigate the 7 mysteries of the Academy. What have you heard about the haunted piano? Oh, that story. That's the one about a ghost playing the piano in an empty room, isn't it? Oh, so you do know it. What can you tell me about it? So you want to know the truth, huh? As it turns out, the ghost was me all along. Whoa, really? Okay, calm down. I didn't mean that I'm actually a ghost. The rumor started spreading because someone heard noises in what they thought was an empty room, but I'm pretty sure they just stumbled along while I was tuning the piano. Really? Yeah, it's not exactly rare to end up totally obscured from view when you're tuning certain parts of it. Chances are that whoever heard that at the time just couldn't see me. So basically, I'm your so-called ghost. Oh, that makes sense. Right? Sorry though, you're probably hoping for something a bit more exciting. Not at all. You just told me what I need to hear. Beryl might not be thrilled though. Thanks for your time. Not a problem. Wait, is Abel secretly a dad? I don't know. He might be. He probably gets a lot of action. 7 mysteries, 7 answers. In the end, none of them turned out as spooky as I'd hoped, but oh well. I hope Beryl won't be too disappointed. Well, we're gonna find out. Oh, he definitely gets a lot of action. Look at that cast after all. Oh yeah, he likes it. He likes it rough. Awooga. I'm not going to the student council room. Beryl, I got your mysteries. Looks like you finished your investigation. Can you tell me what you've learned? Sure, let me go through them one by one. Breen told Beryl the truth about each one of the 7 mysteries. Oh goodness. Well, I don't wanna injure you. I need you to finish the Trails games, so I can talk to you more about them. I see. Condensation. Magazines. A test. None of these are supernatural at all. I honestly didn't expect any of them to be real. The truth is even more pathetic than I thought it'd be. I agree. Although it's kind of interesting that people were able to make such fantastical stories out of perfectly ordinary things. I suppose that's true. Still, I'd like to thank you into Thank you for looking into everything for me. So here you go. It's something hexed with one of my favorite curses. The Nightmare Quartz. Oh, if I injure myself, I could go on workers' comp and stream every second day instead of 3 times a week. Nice. Thanks. To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised none of the mysteries had anything to do with the old schoolhouse. It seems like the perfect setting for a good ghost story. I wonder why it didn't come up. I mean, we already know there are strange monsters in there. What are you talking about? Of course it comes up. In the real 7 mysteries, at least. What? Could you say that again? I couldn't quite make that out. I didn't say a word. Perhaps your investigation's gotten to you. I could have sworn I heard her say something about the real 7 mysteries. Oh well, it's probably a better idea not to get into it. I totally understand, Saga, and that's the reason I try not to stream every day. Although, for a brief period from the middle of August to, like, the middle of October, I was streaming every day, and oh my god, that was brutal. I was like, okay guys, I'm gonna marathon all of the frickin' Trail series in a month, and like, no, you can't. You can't actually do that. You can't actually do that in stream. Like, I could play it by myself, but voicing out all the lines? No, absolutely not. Never in a million, bajillion, quadrillion years. Alright, let's go ahead and start our next quest here. Side-by-side car. Well, here you are. Hi, Breen. Thanks for coming. Oh, hey, Toa. What brings you here? I need a little break from work, so I came along to help George and Angie. We asked her to come help out with the request we sent you. Oh, so she's working on the bike too? Yep, the request is pretty much the same as last time. But with one key difference. This time we'd like you to ride with Toa at your side. I totally understand that, Suga. I tend not to stream more than 3 to 4 hours because I know my voice starts to get raggedy around then. And then sometimes I just go for like 7-8 hours. And immediately regret it, like, hours after. By my side? Don't you mean behind me? Maybe it'd be easier to just show you what we're talking about. I believe it's time for the grand reveal. Check it out, it's a sidecar. Wow. Impressive, isn't it? We call this the sidecar. Much like the bike itself, this was a rare Institute Technology prototype that George put the finishing touches on. You can probably tell, but the sidecar lets other people ride along with you. Though it's much closer to riding in an orbital car than it is like being on a second bike. That's pretty interesting. Indeed. So, you want me to do a test ride while Toa sits in the sidecar? Yep. That means I'm in your care, Reen. Try not to crash or anything. Right, I'll make sure everything goes smoothly and safely. Oh, don't worry about all that. George and I have already done all the necessary safety tests. The goal of this test is to get a fresh perspective, just like last time. That's right. Be sure to give us as much feedback as you can. That goes for you too, Toa. Okay. So, do you have the time to go for a ride? Sorry, Reen. I'm always keeping you so busy. Oh, don't worry about it. How about you, though? Do you have the time? You seemed pretty busy yesterday. Oh, thanks for worrying. But I'm fine. I got most of the harder work sorted out yesterday. Which means I've got time to spare today. As you can see, George and I are ready to go whenever you are. We'll work to your schedule today. Thank you. Well then. Toa's keeping Reen busy. Oh yeah. You bet she is. Reen, I want to ride you like a pony. What? Toa, no! Why don't we get started right away? Great, let's get everything set up then. Well, we're doing this on the nearby highway, aren't we? Yep, same one Reen tested the bike on last time. Yep. Dude, if all my stories were in the same, like, canon, Reen would be such a man-whore. So, how does it feel to be in the sidecar, Toa? It's exciting, but I'm a little nervous, too. Knowing Reen will be driving puts me at ease, though. Thanks. Oh, Toa, please don't say things that will make me envious like that. Now I have no choice but to send Reen home and ride with you myself. Sorry to cut you short here, Angie, but I can't let you do that. Remember, we chose these two for a reason. Ugh. Same test as last time, right? Starting to ride, shifting gears, and coming to a stop. Yeah, that's a very important width. Does the sidecar change things at all? Actually, yes. The main changes are the increase in weight and a different center of gravity. Those two things will have a huge impact on how the bike operates. I'd recommend you approach this as a whole new experience, because it's definitely going to feel like one. I never would have guessed. Okay, what we'll have to do? Basically, when the sidecar is attached, you end up veering off towards the direction while you're accelerating. By the same token, when you're slowing down, you end up veering off in the opposite direction. Which changes things a little for your tests. Starting to move and pull the handlebar to the left, so make sure to turn it slightly right in advance to compensate. Next up, when you're shifting gears, you'll need to turn the handlebar slightly to the left when you disengage the clutch. The same goes for bringing her to a stop, but the extra weight means she's going to be harder to slow down, so be sure to hit the brakes earlier than you did last time. Will do. It's like a whole different set of rules. It really is, but you should be fine as long as you pay attention to what you're doing. My advice for you, Toa, is to believe in Reen and focus entirely on enjoying yourself. I think you'll have a wonderful time if you do. Seconded. That should help motivate Reen, too. How so? Well, think about it. I'll be happy knowing you're having fun, and I won't want to make any mistakes and ruin that. Aw, that's so sweet. Well then, here's hoping this will be fun for both of us. That's the hope. So yeah, I totally forgot what the instructions were. Luckily I have a guide that I can pull up. Alright, I'm going to start up the engine now. This is all so exciting. Okay, get ready. Angelica said I should turn the handlebar a bit when I start moving, didn't she? Yeah, like I said, I totally forgot which was which. Alright. To the right. Here we go. Oh, glad I didn't mess up. Yeah, that was really smooth. I kind of want to pick a wrong option and see what the dialogue is. I mean, I've always been curious about the wrong dialogue, but I've always cared more about getting maximum AP. And off they go. Yeah, should be fun to talk to them when they get back. So, how is it? Does it feel different from when you rode alone? It definitely does. Angelica was right when she said it would handle completely differently. And that's not the only thing. Oh, what else is there? Oh, nothing. I was thinking of something else. I probably shouldn't tell her that the excitement of riding with her is a bigger hurdle than the sidecar. Huh? Okay, I think we're both used to the speed by now. Are you ready to go a bit faster? Sure. Right then, let's switch gears. Which way did I have to turn the handlebar while switching again? Slightly to the left. I need to disengage the clutch, then turn the handlebar slightly to the left, opposite of the way we drove off. Yeah, I'm not using my own hand here, someone else is doing the stimulating. Jeez. Perfect. Well, look at you. That went well. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh, don't be silly. All I'm doing is sitting here. This really does feel nice, doesn't it? The view from here is great, too. It's a much more refreshing experience than I expected it would be. Having you here with me makes it a lot more fun, too. Aw, thanks. Okay then, I guess we're about done. It's almost time for us to turn back, so I'm gonna slow down a bit. Okie dokie. Sounds like it's time for the final test. Angelica said that the extra weight with the sidecar means I should take a different approach to slowing down. What was it I had to do? Was it brake harder than usual? Brake later than usual? Or brake earlier than usual? It's earlier. It takes longer for it to come to a stop with the extra weight. So I should put the brakes on earlier than usual. There we go. We stopped in just the right spot. I knew you could do it. Thank you, Reen. I had so much fun. And we still have the journey back to look forward to. I'm glad to hear it. Why don't we take a little break before we go back then? Sounds good to me. And then they banged. No. You guys were gone for a couple of hours. It seems like things went very well for the both of you. I'm impressed you could handle her so well with such different hardware than the last time you rode. Oh please, I'm blushing here. We really appreciate your help too, Toa. You ended up having a really good time, didn't you? I did! It was a lot easier to just sit back and enjoy myself than I thought. Of course, that's all thanks to Reen. Not at all. The fact that you trusted in me and were able to enjoy yourself kept me focused on doing a good job. Well, I always trust in you, so today wasn't anything special. It's nice to hear you say that, though. Oh, it tears at my soul to say it, but you two make for a good pair. I was about to say the same thing. Well then, that finishes up the test. Let's head back to the engineering building. Oh, yep. Hey, you get to deal with the dirtiest protag around, man. Thank you both for all the great data. Your feedback should come in handy when I'm tuning the thing. Always glad to help. You're planning on entering that data into the computer, right? Would you like me to help you organize all of it? Really? That'd be a big help, but... Are you sure you have the time? Are you busy with your preparations for the trade conference? Wait. Toa's going to the trade conference? Oh, right. I haven't told you yet, have I? The truth is, the Imperial government requested I go along to help out the major players. As such, I'll be heading to Crossbell for the trade conference as an assistant to the Entourage. The Entourage attends the Empire's representative during the meeting, right? And you're assisting them? Yeah, it'll mainly involve helping out with paperwork and scheduling, I imagine. I don't think I'll be much help, to be honest, but the government did ask. Doe has received a ton of job offers from all over the country lately. Everyone's just waiting on her to graduate. Trade conference invite is the government's attempt to sweeten the deal. Unbelievable. Does that mean you're planning on moving into government work instead of the military? Oh, I still haven't decided yet. I'm kind of doing this just to broaden my horizons. And apparently all this is because of the trouble in Heimdall last month. The government took a real interest in how quickly and efficiently she evacuated all of the civilians. Well, that explains it. I'd say Class 7 ended up doing a lot more than I ever could have. I even had help from Angie and Crow, too. Even then, it's thanks to your instructions that we were able to split up and handle everything so efficiently. If you did decide to enter the military, I think you'd make a splendid commander. If they had a uniform small enough to fit her, at least. Hey, no teasing allowed! Either way, best of luck. I'm sure we'll be in the middle of another field study by then, but I'll be praying that things go well for you. Thanks, Reen. Whoa. This is starting to look way too much like a sappy 10-mirror novella. Let me just step right in there and keep you two from stumbling into a badly written fantasy. What kind of novellas are you reading? Was it something I said? Now, asking questions will only encourage her. Change the subject before this gets out of hand. Thanks for helping us test the bike out again. This is for you. Hey, just glad I could help. See you later then, Reen. Good luck investigating the old schoolhouse, too. Au revoir. You'll be the first person we ask if we need any more help. Hello? Reen Schwarzer of Class 7 speaking. It's Sarah. You knocking out those requests for the student council? Yeah, I've made my way through several of them now, and I'm just getting started on the rest. Nice! I got something to talk to you about, so come along to the faculty lounge when you can. I'm not going to take it out on your grades if you don't show or anything. It's just a personal thing. Later. Didn't even wait to hear my response. Oh well, now I suppose I should go meet her in the faculty lounge when I get a chance. It's time. It is time. For the second part of the Manway method. So gird your loins, straighten your back, soldier. It's time to swim for your life. Ah, there you are. Seems like everything's going smoothly with the student council. For the most part, yeah. Glad to hear it. I'm almost finished with another day's boring paperwork here. Want to skip this joint and head into town? You can treat me to a couple of beers for being such a dedicated teacher. Yeah, for some reason I see the school frowning on that. You never cease to entertain, Reen. So, Nightheart let it slip that he gave you guys some kind of special training last month. Wait, what are you... Oh, you must mean those swimming lessons. Exactly. I've been pretty pleased at how much all the guys have been improving their times. And then boom! I find out it's all because of Nightheart's meddling. I'm still fuming. Do you know how much crow I was eating when he bragged right to my face? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What's the deal with those two? It's like they're locked in some mortal struggle to outdo each other. Well, if that's how he wants to play it, the gloves are coming off. I'm gonna hold special girls-only lessons. And you're just the man who's gonna help me out. But you just said it was girls only. Oh, but I need you, Reen. I need you to tell me all the juicy details about what Nightheart's been drilling you on. So, you're free right now, right? I almost regret saying it, but I am. Splendid! Let's tear off our clothes and get into our swimming suits. Go gather up all the girls and tell them to meet me at the gymnasium. Reen was a girl all along. I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that. Oh my. Oh my. When Sarah tells me to tear off all my clothes, what else can I do but accept? Ah, damn. So, what sort of training will we be doing here? It hasn't escaped my notice that only us girls are here too. What sort of training indeed? I'm more worried about the wandering gaze of a certain boy in our midst. Well, things happen. Listen up. Instructor Reen's gonna tell us all about the secret training Nightheart decided to give the guys. Did you know he actually held a special workshop just for them? Doesn't it burn you up that none of you were included? Not really. Knowing him, it was probably just needless exertion. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. He seems like the kind of guy who likes boring monologues and macho training sessions and that sort of stuff. Wow, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Alright, let's start with this so-called manway method of his. What does that involve exactly? Ooh, that actually sounds pretty cool. The general idea behind the manway method is that people put more effort into things when they can beat other people at them. First up, we'll have Reen the Mean Machine show us how it's done. Go ahead and choose who you want to square off with. You know, just Reen is fine. Really. Okay, I'm stuck here anyway. Might as well make the most of it. So yeah, you can choose anyone. Anyone you want. Technically, I'm honor bound to pick Laura because she won the poll. So that's what we're doing. You're a great swimmer, Laura. Would you mind going first? I'd been hoping for the opportunity to have a proper match with you. I accept. Ooh, do I smell the flames of competition? Let's throw some fuel on that fire. There's only two options here, Laura and Sarah. Excuse me, I could choose Milliam, or Fee, or Lisa, or Emma. Anyway, the swimming minigame again. Time to suck ass. I mean, you could, but you're not going to. Yeah, I am not getting paid enough to pick anyone else. Did it. I'm the best at racing, guys. Exactly. No one is going to go to my PayPal account and send me $10 to, what? No. That's crazy talk. No one would dare do that. No one would go to my Patreon account and send money my way. No, I don't think so. Unbelievable. I never realized you were this strong of a swimmer, Reen. It might have been a fluke. I've seen you swim before. On your good days, you'd leave me eating your wake. Fluke or no, you scored a win on that one. Anyway, get back over here. We're not done yet. Not even close. So, what did Nightheart have you guys do after this? Well, the first part was having us all go head-to-head like we did just now. After that, he pushed us to our limits, swimming the length of the pool with just 30 seconds of rest between laps. In terms of distance, I bet we ended up swimming well over 5,000 arj. That's crazy! Now that's what I call a long-distance swim. That sounds about right for a regular training session. Maybe for you, Laura. Blah. The distance doesn't really bother me, but I don't want to just swim laps back and forth. Boring. How about we play tag? Oh. I'm up for it if the rest of you are. Sounds fun. I'm not opposed to the idea. Yeah, I just hope a certain someone doesn't use fun and games as an excuse to get all grabby. Relax, this is me you're talking about, not Crow. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, looks like everyone's up for a rousing game of tag. Woohoo! I'll be it first. And that was how a grueling training session devolved into pool games. Unfortunately for poor Reen, his hands did end up in the wrong place at the wrong time once or twice, earning him everlasting shame. However, he nobly persevered, and so it was that their novel training day came to an end. And Instructor Sarah gave us a Zerum capsule. Damn. That was well worth it. Alright. That should do it for our side quests. Let me just check if there's anything I'm missing before I go to the old schoolhouse. Doesn't seem like it. Alright, let's dance. The front doors are locked. Once I start exploring the old schoolhouse, I doubt I'll have time for anything else today. Should I just head on in? After you finish exploring the old schoolhouse, the time of day will advance to evening. As a result, all daytime bonding events and quests will expire. Alright, time to send out the call. I promised to take Crow and Milliam with me this time. But who else should I invite? So yeah, Crow and Milliam are mandatory in your party. You could just shove them into the sports slots if you really wanted to. I'll be bringing guys along. I will be bringing Emma along. And I will be bringing... Yeah, fuck it. I'll bring Elisa. Huh, so this is what it looks like inside. And you say weird stuff happens in here every month? Yeah, just like I told you yesterday. This will be our 5th trip in, but we might have no more of an idea of what we might find down there than you do. Yeah, there's no telling what could happen, especially after last month. True, that red door really threw me for a loop. And Reen's sister ended up in danger because of it, too. Yeah. I'm just glad that she was alright. Huh? Nobody told me about that. Anyway, let's get down to business. Don't worry, I'll cover you if things get rough down there. Chances are I'll need it. Alright, let's go. What is this formation? Alright. Come on, you don't even have the courtesy to have all your slots filled? Really? You would do that to me? I can't believe Milliam has 2 Mirage Quartzes. Like, seriously? Why would you need those? Anyway, Milliam is essentially a tank. She does tanky things. She is big and powerful, and that is what she does. With 720 strength, she is behind Laura at the moment, but nah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Crow, though, he's a bit of a mixed bag. I don't even have anything good on him. But yeah, Crow's kind of a hybrid character, so you can pretty much stick him into any kind of thing you want. His attacks and crafts cause stat down, which is cool. I'm actually just going to use him as an excuse to level up the Mistral Quartz, and I'm going to put him on the bench, because that's what I do. Sure. Speed is good. Speed is fine. Let's dance. The 5th floor is lit up on the display. Guess that means we should be able to descend to the next level now. Ooh, let me see. What kind of mechanism is at work here? Even after all these months, I can't make heads or tails of it. Huh? Huh? What's wrong, Short Stack? Some bugging you? Well... Sorry, I have no clue how this thing works. I didn't figure you would. Anyway, let's head on down. We've come this far. Might as well see what this new floor has in store for us. Oh yeah, let me get a piece of the action. Yeah, that's a little interesting thing. Playing Cold Steel 3 after seeing that little scene is like, ah, I see what Falcom did there. Big braining it. That's what they're doing. They're big braining it. Sorry. What's that? Looks like there's some kind of weird alcove on the other side of the room. A door showed up there after we cleared out this floor. At first it was closed and we couldn't get it to budge. But then that giant suit of armor we were talking about just jumped out of it, just like that. It's no match for my sweet, sweet shooting though. Oh. Reveals about certain rabbits is all I'm gonna say. Will I ever be able to control myself when I'm in that state? Anyway, no one got hurt or anything, so I guess all's well that ends well. Sounds like George finally dragged that suit of armor down to the engineering building too. He's been tinkering that thing for the past month. It's like seeing a kid with his new toy. I see. Anyway, come on, there's a whole new floor to explore. You already looked around this one last month, right? Yeah, that's true. Alright, unless anyone has some unfinished business here, let's head down to the 5th floor. But yeah, there's only reason I went to this floor first, it was that little scene there. Let's do this proper. Bah. Whew. So, this is floor 5. Seems so. There's a strange sort of presence lingering in the air here, too. Right, much like on the level above, the higher elements seem to be in effect here as well. Same old song and dance, then. Huh, so it is the same as that ancient quarry back in Nord. That's so cool that you can sense stuff like that, though. Know what's even cooler? Being able to control that giant silver thing you got. Good point. Really? Lammy! Alright, we got some exploring to do. You guys just leave this to me and Lammy. We'll smash through anything. We're counting on you then. This is a good chance to get used to fighting together. Maybe even try out some combat links. Yay! Huh, even this dank old place can't suppress Milliam's enthusiasm. Hey, it's better than everyone being on edge, ready to jump at anything, right? Anyway, I'm ready to roll. Alright, careful down here, everyone. Alright, and we can finally dance. Dance for our lives.
Alright, let's get exploring.
My turn.
Okay.
All right.
Here they come. Be careful, everyone.
Oh no, I gave him the first turn.
Too slow. Go. Now's our chance.
I'll help.
Leave it to me.
I guess I'll just hit these two with that. This works. Come at me.
Yes, sir. Get him.
Here we go. There. Go. Emma.
Leave it to me. Here.
Okay.
Wait, why do I have Luminous Ray?
Now.
Did I not fix Emma's orbit?
There.
Let me check that real quick.
I go where the wind takes me.
So that seems to be what's happening right now. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Well, I won't be using Elliot this chapter, so take all the good stuff off of him. Alright, 2 luck. Cast 2. EP cut 2. Get that flood quartz on. And wind bell. Earth bell. None of those help. Yeah, sure. No, that's bad. Seriously, I thought I had something better. Scent? Yeah. Okay. Quartz fixed. Let's go.
We'll have to fight our way through.
Go! Leave it to me. Now.
Gotcha!
This is it!
Do, do, do.
Here I go! Get him! Now!
Here!
Yeah!
My turn!
Oh no!
Now!
Got out of the range of my spell. Jerk.
It's my turn. Go! Now's our chance!
I'll help. My turn. There!
Punch.
Yeah! You didn't stand a chance!
Alright. Nice thing is your Master Quartz level up to level 3 pretty quickly here. Ooh, Yggdrasil. That might be the ticket. It's a party.
There! Winds, give us your blood. Here we go! Sit! Go!
I'll help.
It's my turn. We're open!
Gotcha! You and Lemmy were super cool!
I'm just glad we won.
Yeah, not much to say about the old schoolhouse. You've seen one old schoolhouse map, you've seen them all.
There! Here we go! Sit! If it's a fight, they won't. Here we go! All right, let's do this!
Okay.
Leave it to me!
It's my turn. Gleaming blades. Go! This is it! I need everyone's help!
Right,
Okay.
right!
Yeah!
Sit!
There!
There! Oh, no, you don't!
I didn't quite pop them all. Lame.
You're mine!
My turn! Get him!
Yeah, I remember that
Well,
trick.
that's that. Let's get going.
But it's only when it's like chasing you. Oop, I should get the chest first, and then hit the dicky. Hit the doohickey. I don't like abusing it too much, but I've
My turn.
I've used it a few times when enemies have been bugging me. The only reason to actually bring Laura anywhere is her field attack's the best in the game. Follow closely by millions, but the wind-up is a bit painful sometimes. Color me surprised when it didn't work in CS2, though. Nope. I mean, they had to nerf some things in CS2, right?
Yeah. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check out Yggdrasil here. It wasn't very powerful because these guys aren't very weak to Earth at all, but it's still cool. I mean, even second form Gale with CS3, you can get all your CP back from it though. It's kind of nutter butters. Ah, that's also a downside to Lammy. You can get stuck on Lammy.
We have the advantage.
Go. All right, let's do. Leave it to me.
What? This is excessive? I don't know the meaning of the word. My wins.
I go where the wind takes me.
He goes where the wind takes him.
Please, hold your applause.
And the wind told him to frickin' go ham on that guy. Oh shit, I got Crow's best craft. Let's, temporarily give Crow some action. And that should be fine.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Go. All right, let's do this.
Gotcha.
All right.
The sexual kind.
Leave it to me.
Obviously.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Catch.
My turn.
So yeah, you get some absurd effects. Like, hey, you like having a bunch of CP?
Come on, Lammy.
You bet I do. I mean, I showed this off in Chapter 3, but I figured with the school uniform cut in, it was worth showing off again.
I did it!
I did it!
Nice.
I feel like I'm growing stronger.
Nicely done.
And now you have no excuse not to use Millium over Laura at any situation because Riot Beam is good stuff, man. Geiger Breaker's the best first S-Craft? Yeah, I can see the argument. I won't disagree with that.
Now's our chance. Let's smash him.
My turn.
I'm partial to Cross Raven, actually.
All right, let's do this.
Leave it to me. It's my turn.
Cross Raven I like. I also do like Laura's. Emma's best one's her second one. And she doesn't get her second one yet.
All right. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Catch!
Yes, sir! Blow him away!
Falcom really likes Millium, so you should like Millium too. That's what we're saying.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, Emma's got some good ones. I like Emma's. Falcom likes Millium. Are you sure?
You're mine.
I am positive.
Together.
I am 9,000% positive Falcom likes Millium. The less said about that, the better.
It's a treasure chest!
Ooh, a red pendulum. Actually, I should put accessories on my team here. Crow. Hey, want to prevent faint? Yeah. Also, seal? Sure, why not? That's how I feel about that. Sounds about right.
We still seem to have a ways to go.
Oh god, no. Branching paths? My one weakness. That's a lie. I have several weaknesses. Branching paths are just one of them. Oop, can't go left. Or can't go straight. I know I can't go straight. Never again.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. My turn. All right, let's do this. You ready? It's my turn. Whirlwind. To me. Now.
Gotcha.
Leave it to me.
Pew.
Handsome and strong. I'm the total package.
He's right, you know. He is the total package. Total package of shit. He ain't lying. Crow don't lie. Oh.
Let's go, Lemmy.
Again, wind up.
My turn.
The wind up is real.
My turn. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Catch!
Leave it to me.
Oh, there we go. I got them both. Gave them both the business.
Yes, sir. Get him. Now's our chance.
Here. My turn.
Also, I should switch on my links. Arclash is kind of absurd.
Safe for now.
I mean, what in this game isn't absurd? But Arc Slash especially.
There!
Fuck you, Potts. I'm like Link up in here.
There!
This one's all ours.
Go! The second form, Gale! Go!
Gotcha!
All right. Now.
Gotcha! Leave it to me. Here.
Couldn't quite get all of them, but it's fine.
Yes, sir! Don't mess with us!
Ah, the winning jingle is so good. And I got the freeze quartz. Probably not. I'm gonna put that on anybody? I don't think, actually. It's probably fine on Crow. Yeah, beats Hydro Cannon.
Now that's what I call a chest.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Now that's what I call a chest.
Here we go. All right, let's do this.
Sure thing, Captain.
Leave it to me.
Now. Gotcha. Leave it to me. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Catch.
My turn.
Swear I'm gonna show them all off.
Blow 'em away.
I just need to get all of them.
Here we go.
Alright, I have no good spells on Ween. Right, never mind.
Second form, Gale. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Oh, we got the Mobius Quartz up to level 4. So we got Optelos, Potency of Healing abilities, and now Mobius is starting to show its true potential. I'm gonna have to do some cooking off screen. Make the egg soup, Elliot. Ooh, defense 3? Yep, plopping that on Millium right away here. Not that Millium's ever been hit yet, it's just good to have. Oop.
This one's all ours.
Here we go. There.
All right. There.
My turn.
Duh.
My turn.
Whew. Felt you.
Now.
Got him.
You bad guys better watch out.
I sure would.
Yeah, look out, there's a demented 13-year-old coming after us. Cover your butts. It's coming. Run.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
What do you do when you see a turtle, Million?
Here we go.
You punch it! No.
Second form, Gale.
Bad. Wrong.
Leave it to me. Now.
Sure thing. Eat lead. My turn. Go get him.
Here. The winds and the goddess are with us.
Let's hope they're not as fickle as Lady Luck.
Do, do, do.
There. There.
No, did I miss one of those things? Maybe. I might have. Whatever.
Go.
This place is almost clear of enemies.
Leave it to me.
My turn. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Catch.
Here I go. Blow 'em away.
Go. Second form, Gale. Now's our chance.
Gotcha.
Leave it to me.
All right.
Go. Okay, it's safe for now.
Oh man, so much experience. That's the good stuff.
I'm awesome.
Please, hold your applause.
That's good
Nice.
stuff. That's what we're
I
here
feel like
for.
I'm growing stronger. Nicely done.
Also all the levels. That's also what we're here for. Right, I missed a switch somewhere. Cool. Let's go looking. Maybe I'll see it when I'm paying more attention. Alright, Sucker Punch, have a good night. I'm probably gonna finish up once I beat the boss in the dungeon here. Cause I'm hitting that 3-hour marker. Actually, I'm over the 3-hour mark, so it's a good point to stop.
This is the end.
Anyway, as you can see, our new team's slots are already open and ready to go. So I don't need to do anything in that regard. I'm gonna make an Action 2 quartz though. Much as I like Chrono Drive, gonna need some speed to keep up with the rest of the team here, Crow. Also, you're being replaced with someone better. Such is life. All right. Let's dance. Oh shit, it's a cryptid. Right, it's Ice Dragon. This guy was a pain in the ass from what I remember.
Oh, that one looks tough. This'll be fun.
Also gets to go first. Right. God, does that too. Yes.
It's my turn.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Get him. Yeah.
Alright, that only cures KO. It doesn't actually cure status effects. Cool, I need to get Reen out of the frickin' frozen bullshit that he's in.
Thanks. My turn.
Okay, so delay did work. This might have been excessive, but hey, who cares? Nice.
All right. We're open.
Okay.
Okay, this thing has an attack 3 quartz. It is weak to space arts. So, is it normal to earth as well? Okay. Don't use water to fire. Gotcha. So Yggdrasil works, and Silverthorn would work.
Arcus, activate. My turn. Get him. Now.
Go. Arcus, activate. Ha.
Leave it to me.
Listen, y'all gotta stop that.
You're mine.
Oh, wait.
Okay. Hear me.
Oh, I got a free healing move here.
Yeah!
Oh, if I want to use it for healing. That wasn't great. That's not great. That's not great. Why is this thing so fast? Oh my god.
My turn. Gear up! I'll handle this.
Ooh, that's good. My turn.
Oh, delicious. Okay. Arcus, activate.
Flames, gather.
No, that was a decent amount of damage. I couldn't let it get 2 freaking critical turns in a row, but guess what? It did. It sucked ass. Okay. Yeah. Frost Edge, yada yada.
Alright.
Let's make sure Emma doesn't die here.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Now.
Oh, damn, she just frickin' evaded that like a champ. Way to go, Emma.
Sorry. Let me help.
Thank you. You're mine!
Right.
Thanks! Leave it to me. Arcus.
Ah!
You're mine!
I'm sorry, everyone.
Right.
Well, despite the current situation, this is actually manageable.
Thank you very much.
My turn!
Alright. I mean, it's manageable, but I'm not, like, happy where I'm at right now.
That was great. Leave it to me.
You're mine! Go! All right,
It's my turn.
Right.
Let's go.
You're mine!
I'm sorry, everyone.
You're mine! All right.
Thank you very much.
Not yet.
No.
All right.
can't. Yeah, so... just that. Fine.
Won't give up. Flames, gather on my blade.
Yeah. So yeah, this fight's annoying, but it's around this point in time where you start having the tools to actually deal with problematic bosses. And sometimes you just have to keep reviving yourself until everything's fine. So yeah, despite it wiping me a few times, not really being prepared for that fight, I think I did alright. Obviously would have gone way smoother if I had the proper freeze-resistant accessories on relevant characters, but it's fine. We managed. We're the best.
Great.
We kick inordinate amounts of ass. Glad that's over. Man, I wasn't expecting something like that to just pop out of nowhere. But I didn't have any trouble linking with my Arcus, so I'd call this field test a rousing success. Maybe it's because I got Lammy, but it didn't seem all that tough. Your assistance was invaluable. Glad to have you along. Still, the Guardian of each floor always seems stronger than the ones before. We'll need to be well prepared if we plan to keep exploring here. Oh, I agree. Still. There's no tremor this time. Huh? What tremor? I seem to recall that strange red door showing up after the tremor last month. Huh, really? Doesn't seem like anything's happening this time, though. Well, we're sitting here looking at a dead end, so let's get out of here already. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, it's probably evening by now. Let's head out then. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that looks different, just in case. Yeah, and our bonds have strengthened. So Rin and Crow are link level 4 now. Ooh. That's the good stuff. I don't know why I feel the need to always look at that, but let's warp on out of here. Our work here is done. There's the exit. Turbo away. Huh, sure got cloudy while we were in there. Looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah, looks like a storm's on the way. So Sharon's hunch turned out to be true after all. At this point, I shouldn't even be surprised. I guess it was just business as usual this time. Nothing like that strange red door we found last month. Yeah, I kept looking on our way back, just to make sure, but nothing really looked too conspicuous. Maybe there's another piece of internal logic to that old schoolhouse that caused the door and that suit of armor to appear. It seems likely. That does seem to follow what we know. Actually, that reminds me of something George said the other day. After all the time he spent with it, he still doesn't understand how that thing was able to move in the first place. So even George. Yeah, whatever technology was used to make that armor, he's never seen anything like it. And if George can't make heads or tails of it, it must be like nothing else out there. Sounds kind of like Lammy. Even I don't know how he moves around. Doesn't sound like you're losing any sleep over that mystery. Whoops, I guess we stood around chatting for too long. We better head back before we get hit with a full shower. Yes, that sounds best. Alright, we'll leave the rest to you, fearless leader. Why do people keep thinking I'm some kind of leader? So this is the place Gramps was talking about, huh? It does seem like there's gotta be something here. But I don't think force alone is gonna cut it. Milliam? Sorry, coming. And we got the silver bell. And an additional bonding point. And by additional point, we mean 3. But we're gonna save that all for next time. Thank you for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Trails of Cold Steel. And I hope you join me next time as we finish up the free day, do the practical exam, live life as usual for us school-bound students. In case you don't know, I'm Logic Blade. I stream on Twitch. Try to stream at least twice a week. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. There's no real set schedule. I try my best. But I do port all my videos over to YouTube, so if you want to check me out there, support the channel there, go ahead and do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, give me a handy like, a comment, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. I know I forget about that, so every little bit helps. And if you're interested in supporting the channel even further, I've got a Patreon account where I post all my fanfictions, and an Archive of Our Own account where you can check me out there as well. All links are provided in the description below. So yeah, take care everyone. We'll see you next time. Au revoir.